Okay, everyone, welcome to the first session, the first proper session of Ruins of the Past. Our dear Inquisitorial acolytes, along with their ship, have just come out of warp in a system that is, for all intents and purposes, a completely ignored backwater. And there's apparently ships nearby where they came out of warp, including the piece of Space Hulk that they were.
Where's the Space Hulk?
Give me a second. I could use.
Either find it or we draw it in.
Okay, then it's a race.
My Space Hulk is purple.
Shouldn't we do that roll now?
Which one?
The 1d5 for us popping out of the warp thing.
Ah, yes. To see how quickly how much you shorten the distance.
Boom! Look at that Space Hulk. That's beauty right there.
Go ahead and Dolphus, roll for that. It wouldn't be that big. It's literally covering half the system at that point, you degenerate.
How is this half the fucking system?
Well,
Look at how big our own
okay,
ships
it would be
are.
the size of Jupiter, Demi.
Okay, yeah, but look how big our ships are.
Each of those 4x4 areas is tens of thousands of kilometers across. Your ship is somewhere in there. It isn't entirely covered by your ship.
So what you're telling me is basically that
The map scale's fucked, yes.
you're representing our ships wrong, but when I represent something wrong, it's bad.
Yes. Okay. So, that is actually really fitting, Adolphus, because you arrived in exactly the time you expected to. As you come out of the warp, are any of you fuckers trying to use Cynicians?
I mean, I feel like Arminius would be the one using Cynicians.
Jackalor, if you're there, roll for Arminius at -10.
Okay.
And
Do check any other modifier that the motherfucker has.
he doesn't have any other specific modifiers, he just has skills. I believe.
Are you sure about that?
Does he have something super special? I don't think he's carrying any alien weapons or the like.
Augury Ray either.
Augur Ray doesn't help.
Do let him re-roll if he had a good quality one.
He does have a good quality one, but this is Psyker stuff.
I mean,
All
still
perception
allows
rolls.
it technically still allows it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with not, unless he gets the Heretic version.
That's sucky.
Okay.
3 degrees.
I take it Naya isn't attempting this.
I mean, I technically can, but it's more of, I mean, you know, if you're looking for somebody who has priority.
Okay. Then Arminius is just standing there on the bridge, troubled, as you see the crackling lightning spreading out through the dust cloud like a wave that's slowly fading as your ship exits the warp. Up ahead, there is a fused mass of ships and several drive signatures. You can effectively consider yourself in ship combat, but it's the first few turns nothing really is gonna happen because it takes time for things to kick in, and this distance isn't representative. You are like 30 or 40 VU out, so out of weapons range currently.
Is there anything we can do to, like, prepare in the meantime?
The ship is already effectively at battle stations because you are in warp storm.
Fair enough.
Like currently, you are essentially at yellow alert. Now it's kicked up to red alert. ships in system. People are preparing, waiting for orders. You as a
Fair
group
enough.
are in control. How would you like to proceed? In case this matters, because this will be going through Arminius and you kind of run him collectively, he can sense with the Cynicians that this system, the warp is curiously calm now that the storm has passed. And that psychic powers are going to be more difficult here, and probably traveling out of here is going to be a lot harder as well with most warp drives. So, in a
Even
way...
hours?
What? No, it's like...
Even hours. Oh.
The warp is calmer here. It's like
It's gonna be harder to enter it.
It's... No, not... It might take longer, but the main part is that it's like a spot in the sea where you don't get much wind. You're in a way becalmed, so it's going to be harder to force your way out of here. So if you want to leave the system, until or if the phenomenon passes, you're going to be able to move normally, but until it does, it's going to take significantly longer.
So reality is more stable here than most places.
Yeah, in a way.
I do have a question. If that's the case, does that also mean that anything to actually activate, the phenomena, perils of the warp, and etc., is that also harder to actually achieve?
Yes, you roll twice, take the lowest.
Hey, there we go.
Nice.
I'm also gonna say that you can't really push either.
Oof.
So psychers are kind of defanged here.
Cool. I
Wonderful.
approve.
Improved too. Fuck psychers.
That makes it a lot more harmless if they are Eldari that we're going to end up fighting.
Uh,
I don't think they're all
I
done.
don't think. Anyways, now that we're actually getting close, and that we're kind of getting ready, I think something that we could do, since we're getting closer, is actually do a secondary scan just to see the ships and like what we're up against, so we're better prepared.
Maybe a sensor burst or something?
You
Could
would
be.
have to move within 20 VU.
And we are
You're about 30 and change out. Hi, Boo.
fair enough.
Hello, I
So we'll have to
apologize.
wait until we get closer.
Yeah.
Once we get to 20 VUs, is that really close to like combat range?
Your lances, I think, have a standard range of like 9 or 10, so that's pretty much extreme weapon range for the longer ranged weapons.
Fair enough. I think we should get close enough, do a scan, and then start turning.
Because there's a
There's
good
only-
chance they won't have noticed us yet. is what
Power
you're
up
saying.
weapons.
There's
They
a
definitely
good chance that
noticed
they
you.
would.
You exited loud.
Yeah. There's
Fair
only
enough.
one thing that I could, and this is, of course, I'm not sure on the terms of the scaling, but the only reason why we might want to not entirely engage into combat fully yet is the chance that we might hit the space hull. And I'm not sure how plausible that is. That's the
Not
thing.
really, unless the ship is actually in the same space. Because, like, ship is 2 kilometers across, or up to 10 in case it's a battleship, right?
Mhm.
1 VU is like all of Earth could fit inside a single VU.
Okay.
That's this.
Accidentally smacking into something is on.
Yeah, you
Okay,
have to
then-
aim for it if you're passing through the same space, essentially.
Got it. So yeah, I think that we should then personally get closer up to 20 VU, and then start turning a little bit up so we can get the lance batteries in sort of position to shoot.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so,
And yeah, I suggest powering up weapon systems.
okay, I will. Arminius has lots of tactic imperials, if I recall. That's
He
a
does.
power move. That's a, let me just park here with my gun pointed at your face. Okay, let's talk, bitch.
I think that's kind of our point. We're a cruiser, they're a fucking frigate. Fuck them.
Okay, do you want to try and take any actions to try and boost your speed to close in faster? Just go flank speed and rush in.
If we came out loud, we might as well just fucking rush them.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, I'll remind you that you haven't sent any kind of greeting yet, so in case you're tempted to
There is-
fire,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna fucking say. That's
Yeah,
the
we
thing,
should
'cause
probably hail them first
let's-
before
how
we do
about-
anything.
scan and then hail. Because if we know they're Xenos, fuck talking. If we know that if they end up being pirates, then we could possibly do something.
so why did you slaughter the Navy Patrol Inquisitor? Oops! It seemed
Yeah,
like
open
pirates
communication.
had to be done.
Didn't realize friendly fire was.
You see, there was this nebula, it was turning off our sensors, and they just happened to be too close for comfort.
Well, funnily enough,
They came in for visual confirmation. Kill them all.
roll 3d10 at start of battle. This is the furthest that all ship sensors and weapons will operate in a nebula.
Oh shit.
Oh, boy.
I'll roll.
Since this is a double nebula as well, so I will say this: if you wanted to slip into silent running after you've exited, so they don't know where you are and try and creep up on them, or watch what they do, or try and perhaps intercept their communications, etc., that would be very easy here, as in plus 40 easy.
Jesus. Then I mean,
That's
So,
definitely a good option.
Even though we
actually.
came in loud, they can't detect us through the double. Like
Well,
where
they
we
know
entered.
where you are, and if you keep burning drives, they'll keep a lock on you, but
Ah.
you can shake their, sight
Yeah,
effectively,
quite
or try to.
Yeah.
I mean, we could definitely do that then, because we want to get information first, I suppose. But for the sensors and stuff, roll 3d. Yeah, is that right, Chris?
Yes. Demi, go ahead and roll to see how thick this batch is currently. Okay. So, yeah, they aren't making currently any attempt to conceal themselves because they weren't really, expecting you to yeet out of the warp storm. So you can detect that there's drive signatures over there. You know there's ships there and presumably a mass of some kind, but you don't have detailed
Yeah, we don't.
information. You
In that case, that we definitely would have gone on the silent running and used the nebula to our advantage.
okay?
And I think we're gonna have to do crew rating with that one, because I don't think any of us have operate void ship.
I have operate
Yeah,
void ship.
he does. He has the ability to do things like that. Okay. A ship may attempt to avoid notice by going on silent running, shutting down non-essential systems, attempting to drift unnoticed past its opposition. When on silent running, a ship makes maneuver actions as normal, except the starship's speed value is halved, and the difficulty of all related skill tests increased by 1 step. The default maneuver action requires an ordinary... Okay, so you need to do pilot spacecraft plus maneuverability at plus 10, plus 40 for the double nebula. So operate void ship at plus 50. Plus maneuverability.
Plus 50?
Plus maneuverability of the ship.
And maneuverability is +8.
So plus 58. So short of a crit fail, I don't think you can fail, but they can try and detect you coming.
That is 4 degrees.
That is 4 degrees. And they are... So you yeet out of the warp storm, drop in, and go silent. So now they know there's a ship in system.
But they don't know exactly where we're going to be.
They get a plus 30 to detecting you though, because of your void shields.
Hmm.
It is true. That's because we were resplendent.
So you still get the benefit from the nebula, you're still ahead. That's a fail. That's gonna... Oh, wait, no, I should add detection to this as well. God damn it, I'm a fuck up. Sorry. So that should be plus 50.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. I
degrees.
dropped off my internet died for a bit.
Okay. And the third ship. Oh, you poor dear. You're gonna get slaughtered here. Okay. You have no trouble detecting them now, as you are slowly, 2 VU at a time, creeping towards them. And this is just gonna be a rough representation. This isn't to scale. Just assume that every square is 2 VUs instead of 1.
Okay, I'm back. Apparently my internet died for
That'd
a
be
bit.
30.
So let's just say that you ended up like here, so you are not like starting 40 away. Yeah, that's reasonable. So you are now 28 VU away. You have no trouble detecting them because they are pinging like crazy, sonars going off. And they are lighting up their drives and starting to get underway.
What? Can we scan them? Do we know what they are?
Not yet, you need to get closer. They
Closer.
decided on the stealth
Is
approach.
it time to go full hot?
Like pinging, we've realized that we've been found, right?
You don't know. You're a long ways away for an active scan. And you're in Nebula.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a bad idea to go hot currently, because
Then
It's
I
too
think
early.
certainly might.
Yeah, I guess we're still running silent then for the time being.
Mhm.
Getting closer.
Arminius is just hands behind his back, looking out into the void across the clouds towards the enemy for the last half hour.
Get there eventually, lad.
Jibata and piled us closer. I went to hit them with my sword.
Does he have a force sword?
No, unfortunately. I don't think he
Damn
did.
it.
Okay,
Position one.
he could. So, next turn. What do you want to do?
I suppose because we're not fully sure. Keep on going silent running.
Okay, give me another roll for operate, Dolphus.
At 58 once more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're not getting spot.
Unless they crit succeed.
Well, I know what the targets are, so I'm just gonna roll it like this.
Shoot the others.
Nope.
Nope.
So this time we're so we've gone up another how much?
Another 2 VU. You're moving at half speed, and the ship definitely knows this is a potential encounter.
So we have to take 3 more turns until we're in scaling range. Perfect. Let's keep going.
Okay?
Are they still powering up their engines, like you said?
Their engines are powered up. They haven't left yet. It looks like they are starting to move, but what they're doing is essentially a slow circle around the Space Hulk. They might have people on board that are scrambling to the shuttles.
Yeah, could be.
What is this ship then?
You don't know yet.
Penis.
We really don't know.
It looks like a transport of some kind.
Oh, yeah, one of them. I mean, we've
One of
obviously
them
been-
critted, we're fucked.
Which?
I mean, they know where we are. It's not that big of a fucking deal yet. We're still outranged.
I think this was this one. Of course, it doesn't show that, but let me just save that. Okay.
I think we need one more turn, and after we get to like 22 views away, I think we should like move and start rotating up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could, yeah, move up to 20 and then just turn parallel and burn at flank so that you have them at extreme weapon range.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with them. His plan in this case, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
No matter what, like if they want to fully engage us, they can. But if we want to just poke at them and scare them off, that's okay.
Arminius wants to force them to surrender at the very least because they've been on board the Space Hulk.
Yeah, we can't let them leave unmolested.
So then we kind of have to go fucking close.
Yep.
Do we want to go fast? Okay, how about we get to 20 and then we'll see if we want to go fast.
20
Yeah, one
is,
more.
for Imperial sensors, 20 is usually the practical edge of effective active scans. So that's where they have a decent chance of detecting you and where you can do focus scans.
Yeah. So
We
let's
should
keep on
scan them as soon as humanly possible, see if they're Imperial orcs or whatever. And
Okay,
going.
so-
Crit failed.
Oh.
Sensor overload. Nebula dust got in the eye socket.
Okay.
so I
Got
assume
some
we're
of
in
that
range
nebula
now.
juice stuck in your sensor.
Okay, so these start moving faster now. This one is still moving slow.
We need one more of move silent before we get to range.
No, I think we are in range with that one.
You're
Yeah, we've
one.
had 3
Yeah, you're
turns of it.
Just barely.
We should be able to scan them now.
No, you're one
No.
away.
1-1. We're 22 VUs
We're two
away. We
away.
need
We're
one
two
more.
away.
Okay. You can declare that as soon as you are close enough, you want to scan, you can take the scan then.
Exactly what I want. I'll do the scan thing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, who's better?
Probably Arminius, since it's a perception thing.
Yeah,
that-
and he has a reroll as well, unless that doesn't apply.
Oh, that's why.
What?
Active augury decreases the detection range by 5 VUs for every degree of success. That's the trick there.
So we could have done this a long time ago.
No, because you want a focused augury, you want to scan the ship itself. This just is for detecting signatures on silent running. So they know that you are somewhere in that general spot. This, by the way, is a +0 scrutiny plus detection. So it's scrutiny based.
So it's so this is scrutiny based. He has 3 dots of scrutiny. Luckily enough, the same as much as his awareness. So
Actually,
it
let
would
me
be.
check if it's different for focused augury. No, it's not. Okay, good.
So I'm just going to roll. Do I just roll scrutiny? Do I add anything like the augury, the ship's detection plus, or
You add in the detection.
okay? So plus 28. So Arminius has. Well, I'm just gonna roll scrutiny with plus 20. Yeah. Let me just see if motherfucker doesn't have anything else.
But yeah, does he get the
No.
reroll from Auspex or not augury race?
He's using the
Wait.
ship sensor, not his skull
Target
sensor.
0.
Yeah,
No, I fucked up. I added plus 28. My God.
Oh my.
Do you?
I think this is the time for a fate point, son.
No. Like, what did Jackler ask? Can I reroll or not?
No, those are using his personal senses. This using the ship's sensors and interpreting.
My God, yeah. Let's fucking, because this is a crit fail, especially. Let's fucking use that one fate point of his, okay?
Yeah.
By the way, can I put back his threshold to 5 as it was?
7.
So the fate threshold point is
Like threshold should be 5 because
the
that's
fate
his.
point's currently
and-
7.
Yeah, because lucky
But
component.
he gets the extra 2.
Sure, 6.
That's the
Okay.
thing.
Screw, like fucking hell, that's a lucky roll actually. My guy.
You.
Okay.
Bruh.
That's just not fair.
Okay, so that is 1 degree of success on this ship.
On which ship?
On this one.
Okay, the closest one. Understandable.
Okay.
What is that?
That is a sword class frigate running Jovian pattern class 2 drives, Strelo warp engines, standard Geller fields, standard Imperial void shields.
Oh, they're us.
Basically.
They're not Xenos.
Like,
Guys,
essentially,
I fucking
you
call.
have... You know where all of their components, except auger rays and void shields, essential components that is, are located. You don't know any supplemental stuff or guns they have.
That's okay. But we just from understanding one ship, I think we can presume what these fuckers are, right? Yeah.
Unless they're
Pirates.
traitors.
I mean,
Or a
think
Navy
you said
secret
this.
organization. Or another Inquisitors or Rogue Traders operation.
At least
yes,
they
but-
speak non-heretic.
See, you say that, but Chaos uses Imperial hulls with great frequency.
I feel like we'd notice if it was chaos.
You got a bare success. You had, like, okay, for
Actually, yeah.
30 seconds, the image came in clear and you could see that, oh shit, that's a sword class. Okay, I know this one.
Well, I mean, if that was the case, then Arminius' Sinicians would pick it up, wouldn't it?
Not
Is
this
that
one.
a recent model, or is that one of the pre-Heresy models?
It's been in use for thousands of years. It's a standard patrol vessel.
So we can't be sure. Got it.
Of course not.
Is this the point where we hail, now that we know at least that they should hopefully speak low or high Gothic, depending?
Well, you could kill them. You can do that as part of your turn.
What do you guys think?
I think we
I
should
think
go
we should
hot
hail
now
them, yeah.
and hail them.
I think we should just go, just full big dick energy and just hail them after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Who's doing the talk?
rolling it?
Oh no, Arminius isn't good at talking.
Yeah, Arminius just looks at Jason. Please inquire as to what the fuck they think they're doing.
Sure, I'd like to inquire.
What the fuck?
I'm trying to be, still sort of, well, at least sensible. Just, in protocols like these, right? It's very common to express, we're the Inquisition, right? What the fuck are you doing, correct?
True.
Depends on if we want to make them know that we are Inquisition or
Like,
not.
the way
If
Arminius
they're
said it,
pirates, they might just...
it was implied because you're not gonna probably get anywhere without
Yeah.
swinging that dick.
So yeah, I'm not really good at intimidating, so I'm going to do it in a more reasonable voice, so that we don't. So, I'm gonna go with the good cop approach for now.
Mm-hmm.
And say, we're the Inquisition. May we please, inquire of what you are doing with these remnants of a space hole? Please reply to this message.
Okay. They're gonna take their turn.
While he's doing that, can I go full hot on the ship and move us forward as fast as quickly
You already
as
did this
possible?
turn.
Okay.
You can do that on next turn, and then just go flank speed.
All right.
Okay. So, I don't think they like your big dick energy.
Oh.
What are
We're
they,
not-
gay?
Well, we're not big dicking. We're asking nicely.
Yeah,
And then big dick.
I'm sure you are. I think at this point we need to be in initiative. So after they take their
Yeah, we can do it for the hammer. Somebody do for the hammer of light the initiative because I have to check through the journal because I think we have modifiers for initiative.
You.
Certainly, yes, +2 to initiative.
Let me just make sure that these are properly dragged out. It was
You need to go. How are you going to roll the initiative?
It's click on the shift
One.
token. You should be able to.
God, by the way, we forgot one thing, and I'm not sure if this applies to every part of the ship. But the bridge has the unpredictable. So does that only apply to bridge stuff or every part of the ship?
Just
Russian.
stuff that is being done to the bridge. That gives extra
Okay.
degrees of success or failure, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. That would have
I
made the
can
crit
select-
fail really awesome.
Yeah, I can't select the.
Okay, then
hammer
just
of
roll
light,
normally.
so-
I'll add a turn manually.
How is initiative done on ships?
It's 1d10 plus detection bonus plus any miscellaneous.
Oh shit. So we have a detection of 28. So
plus
Surly
two.
+4.
Plus
Surly.
what?
We have Surly +2. For fuck's sake, Jackalor.
+4.
Yeah, good enough.
Hopefully.
Okay. So you rolled it. Okay, do you want to re-roll it, perhaps with a fate point?
I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
We're not good. Well, that 10 definitely beats us, but we win against the other two. No
You
doubt
assume
about
they
it.
have a bonus.
They still have their own detection rating.
Let me know if you can see the nameplates. Don't think you
Nope.
can. Okay.
Nope.
Nope.
We just see zeros.
Yes.
Okay, so sword should be a 7. You should be a 10. Tempest. I think that was Tempest 2. No, it should be Tempest 1. Tempest 1 should be a 11. And the Vagabond, I think, can just go fuck itself, essentially. Okay. So, if I do this, can you see the name now?
Yes.
Sword
Yes.
2.
Okay.
Still
So,
can't see the name of the Hammer of Light.
Our own ship.
We don't need it though.
okay. So,
Carry it in our.
you waved your dick around. Where's the disengage action? Disengage was to try and essentially slip away under silent running. All head, burned retros, disengage, there we go. Okay, the helmsman makes an opposed challenging test versus detection plus scrutiny from opponents within 20 VUs. Okay, so the one of the ships, one that is turning away, goes dark. You can't currently detect it.
We can't detect the vagabond. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we roll against that?
No, you're too far away. You'll have a. You can essentially you can try and start active pinging, and if you succeed,
Ah, okay.
you will be able to pick them up.
Yeah, like we just start pinging every turn, and if they cross within 20 VU, we'll.
Do I need to roll to go
Hmm.
full speed ahead, or
So the others move at full speed and start to turn in a really suspicious way.
almost as if they're going to try and ram us?
No, they're gonna shoot at us.
I feel like that would be more effective.
Yes, they're pirates. They still value their own lives.
Let me just board the Inquisition ship, thank you, with my piddly frigate. Okay.
So, combat has officially basically started, right?
Mm-hmm.
We shoot to kill.
So, how you said the rules were gonna be? Each player has basically one thing they can do with their characters that they choose they want to do something, and then the ship itself has 2 turns.
No, it's gonna be one for Arminius, essentially. And any, for a total of 5, because 6 actions would be too much. Shooting guns and taking a normal maneuver won't count against the actions if it's done by the crew. If a player is coordinating it, then that goes on them. Same for if you're taking special maneuver action. And
Fair
NPCs, I think I'm gonna limit it based on their crew rating. So something like a 30 crew will get 3 actions, crappier crews will get less, better crews will get more. So they're gonna be capped by the skill of whatever's running them.
Fair enough.
So, Tempest 1. Well, let me just look at the extended actions. Ooh, I know what they will do. Nebulae just help with silent running, don't they? I'm gonna open the book that described that because I think it might affect sensors as well, and just want to make sure that I'm not fucking you over.
Also, not gonna lie, it feels like a nebula should also disrupt targeting for.
It does. You
for some-
can't target anything outside of 22 VU or scan it
There you
at
go.
all. I just, gave you a freebie
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it makes sense. So, dust cloud. For fuck's sake. Okay. Follow the rules of Nebula so there isn't any special rules for this. Okay. 227. That's just for navigating it. Any test using a ship's auger rays within Nebula are made 3 steps more difficult. Well, fuck you! Everywhere it writes it plus 30 and then it just adds it like that. Okay. So they are rolling at a minus 13 to try and detect you. Okay.
Oh my.
Okay. So that's something. Let's see. They're gonna hail you back, and they're gonna tell you, we are conducting legitimate salvage operations as per Rogue Trader Charter.
Which rogue trader, if you would please note.
This system has been claimed. I have to insist that you present your credentials first.
By which rogue trader, if you would please notify us.
I must first confirm that you have the authority you speak of.
So it's buying time
At
to
the-
zip a line.
At this point, knowing that they're just fucking around, I'm going to truly big dick energy, and even though I do not have intimidate, I would like to still big dick energy and attempt to intimidate by saying, "Listen here, pal. You better fucking surrender before we show you the true wrath of the Inquisition. You and your, in quotation, rogue trader."
I mean, wait, before you do that, wouldn't it be better for one of my characters to do that because they're a Hierophant?
Yeah,
they
I'm
can
at
use
Too
Vox
Vox
late.
right
He
now.
already did it.
Fuck,
I'm already at the Vox.
this mad lad.
So that man, intimidate only uses strength and willpower. Really can't use be fellowship based. That sucks.
No, this... I'm gonna allow it to be fellowship based because that's a stupid fucking oversight.
Yeah, don't worry. I still put a -20, but
Yeah,
just ask. This
the components help.
because I had to put in the fucking journey, because I think there's two things that help. The bridge has imposing, which is a +10, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the void shield itself has resplendent, which gives +5 to charm and intimidate. Does that apply too?
Yeah,
So I get a +15, and then a -20 for not knowing. That is essentially -5.
yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
And
resplendent. That was a...
it was on the void shield one though.
Search. Okay, when it's concealed. But we said that that would essentially make your ship more... Shit, he should have rolled it flat. Let's try that again and not fuck it up this time. Okay,
Oh, there.
so that's 4 degrees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
So
you
they
know.
still bother with the attempt at a delaying.
Oh yes,
nonsense
all the
part.
harder.
I'm just trying to fucking remember if anything the ship provides also gives something. Because I feel like there's
No,
one more thing, but I'm not entirely.
Just the special qualities on your items.
No, I don't got anything on terms of items. So,
Well,
fellowship,
ship items, I mean.
yeah. So, fellowship -5. I'd like to re-roll that with my own fate point, if that's okay.
You can't. Have to use Arminius's. This is ship action, essentially.
Can I, guys? This is a crit fail.
I don't see how it could be worse. So
Basically,
Sure. Fuck you guys. I got this. Yeezy.
I was
And
about
because
to
of,
tell you to never roll again.
and because of the bridge component of unpredictable, that should be actually 2 successes.
He just goes silent on the other end. It goes dead for a good like 3-4 minutes.
All the while we're going at full full speed.
Not yet.
Ahead.
You're gonna slam on it once your turn comes around. He's just gonna come back online. Well, I'm sorry. I have my orders from my master. If
oh god, heretics.
if
Here's
I
what
turn out to be, if you turn out to be legitimate, I'm truly sorry, but the rogue trader would have my head.
Which is why I'm implying you to say the name of
He
your
cuts
rogue
off
trader.
comms, and you see the ship slow down and turn on a direct heading for your ship.
The Inquisitor most likely heard all of this, even including the entire conversation, and I just look at him and it's like, your orders, sir? Lord Inquisitor, not Lord Inquisitor. Holy shit, that was close.
It
Your
Inquisitors
Inquisitor?
officially don't have rank, so considering he has a ship, Lord Inquisitor would be appropriate.
Yeah, your orders, Inquisitor.
Prepare for combat. Weapons have permission to fire at will.
That yay! You fucking psychopath.
Okay, it's your ship turn. What do you wish to do?
What's our
Okay,
main
so,
ship turn? I
wait.
think we need to. I think we should start rotating, seeing where they're going. We need to get our lance batteries.
You rotate after your move. You could do something like flank speed, which could let you move up to twice your rated speed on a good roll.
Yeah, I think we should go flank speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alternatively, there's an increased speed thing. You can find the maneuver actions in the ship combat. So
you want to go flank speed and try a rapid turn during it?
a character or the crew must make a challenging +0 tech use test to nurse the ship's engines and push them past their limits. Success means the ship may move an additional VU this turn. Every degree of success allows an additional VU of movement. The starship may not take any turns in the same strategic turn as using this maneuver and suffers a minus 20 to all ballistic skill tests during the strategic turn. So this would be just slam on the gas with every single thruster you have and get close.
I don't think that would be a piloting check, would it?
No.
That'd be some sort of tech use. So.
Yeah, you would need one of your tech priests.
I can do that.
Okay.
It's intelligence based.
Let me just double check the rogue trader because I was looking the apocrypha. I think there's some more maneuvering actions in here. Adjust speed, adjust bearing, come to new heading. Yeah, these are written out slightly differently. Just speed. So I'm going to give you two options. You can use a tech use to try and just soup up the engines, or you can use a pilot test to try and push them that way. Whichever you prefer. They're both +0s, and it's +1 VU up to like just short of double your speed, I think.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll do. We should do the tech use with Mordecai.
Actually,
So we have a choice between tech use and piloting.
actually, let
Yeah,
me
but
check
if
flank
I
speed.
succeed, I have an. Yeah.
Oh, flank speed is not capped in how much extra speed you can get. The pilot, the increase or the adjust speed one can only go up to double your speed -1, so up to 7. Flank speed can go as high as you can get degrees of success. So tech use potentially has a higher cap. But it also means that you take penalties and can't really, turn at the same time.
Would I take any penalties if I went flank speed?
You would take penalties on shooting this turn and you couldn't turn. That's the penalty. But you could move much closer, potentially, on a good roll. Like, it's a difference between just the pilot pushing the engines to 150% for a short period and maximizing speed with just the skill of running the engines, or tech priest just, dumping Russian vodka into the reactor and going, there you go, baby, time to fly.
But she's in German engineering.
That's
We
Russian.
only have the
engineering.
choice of one.
Yeah.
So that'd be like what, -30 to my piloting, or would that be like?
No, it's both are straight rolls. The only difference is that you can only get 3 extra VUs with the piloting one, and it's uncapped on flank speed, but on flank speed you cannot turn, and you take penalties on trying to shoot.
I think we should just take the safer option and do the tech use with my tech priest.
Yeah, I think that's.
If that's the one that allows us to turn, then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
So,
no,
flat?
tech use is the one that doesn't allow you to turn. Piloting lets you turn.
Oh,
Okay. Piloting it is then?
I think so.
Okay, so the office does the piloting. Go ahead and roll for that. Like, technically you're supposed to declare everything at the start of the turn, but that's really fucking, I won't enforce that.
It's just a flat roll, right?
Plus ship's maneuverability. So plus 7.
So plus 58 again? Or what?
No, plus 7. The ship, or no, plus 8. The ship's maneuverability is 8.
Okay. I would like to spend a fate point. I can use my own fate points, right?
No. This is ship combat. You're drawing from Arminius's pool.
So he has what, 5 right now?
Yeah. You just need to
What do you
get
say,
into
guys?
range. The lances will do the rest. No one's saying anything. How do you feel about reroll?
I don't know.
Reroll it. It's
Yeah.
worth it.
Sure.
Good luck.
Alright, I'll tick down his fate. He's at 4 now. Come on, baby.
Okay.
31.
Nice.
So
no,
that,
you rolled wrong.
Oh, wrong target.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 68 as you rolled
Wait,
before.
he rolled operate, but then he rolled operate void ship.
what did you do? You must have rolled the wrong thing on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Something's missing a tick.
I mean,
on level
operate
2.
void ship's the right one. I'm not sure what the hell happened to the first one.
Okay.
You rolled just operate.
Jubatan is the one doing this, right?
Yeah.
You must have rolled operate aeronautica there, because that's one higher. So, set Arminius's fate point back. The second roll is correct. The first one would have had to be re-rolled anyway. You get 3 extra VUs. So at this point, let's see, you would make it to 3.5 tiles essentially. So at this point, you are about 16 VU from this, and 13 from this. You are within long lance range. Would you like to turn 45 degrees either way?
I think it would be helpful to just immediately get into shoot.
Yeah, I agree.
If you turn
Let's
left,
turn
you will...
45 degrees to the galactic south. Down.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, you are like this, and
Mm-hmm.
you can, I believe, blink at both with that angle.
Yeah. We're firing
Let's-
the lance batteries first.
Yes,
Right?
of course.
Just
That's
gonna
the only thing
open
we can
fire?
kind of-
Okay.
Yup. Wait, who's shooting with them?
Depends who has the best
If you
ballistic skill.
do any of you have characters with ballistics above 40?
I do.
I do.
I have Naya with 44.
Boo, How much do you have?
I do 43. I'm guessing talents don't count like shooting talents.
Not really, no. Jacklor, what do you have?
44.
Okay, you can either take the shot with the crew, in which case it doesn't count against your extended action limit, or you can use one of your characters.
I can shoot with Nyadam since she's the
Okay.
highest.
Long range is minus 10, but you have plus 10 for the bridge, so you're essentially rolling this flat.
Yes, plus 10 from the bridge. Do we have anything else? No, we don't, right?
Nope.
I don't think anything that applies.
No, it's not a command test. It's just a ballistic skill test. Since we're not
Somebody
using
keep the hammer of like things in check, just so we like know any modifiers. So basically, just my pure ballistics.
Mm-hmm. Demi.
Yeah?
I assume you turned the camera off with a reason.
Yes, I did. Don't
Okay.
worry about it.
Which one are you shooting before you fire?
Well, fucking hell. I was gonna shoot the top one anyways, because
Okay.
he's like the one who's going flanking.
Okay. And
That's-
he's in the best arc as well. And more likely to be able to escape. Okay. So that is a hit.
But shield, so it doesn't do anything.
Yep.
Does the bridge's unpredictable apply?
That
Yeah.
is a thing, isn't it? Holy
does.
shit, that's 2 degrees.
So roll damage once, and if you wish, you can apply Arminius's fate point to increase the degrees of success by 1 as well.
I think that's worth it in here, because we do have +1 strength and -1 crit, so we'd be able to hit twice in this case and crit very reasonably, right?
Yeah, I agree. It's worth it.
Actually, with the
You've
2 degrees,
already
we
hit.
already crit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As the
But we
best
can't get
Mechanicum lances money can buy, bite into the pirate ship.
So, if we spend a fate point, we just basically roll damage twice, an additional
Yeah.
time.
And
Uh,
with the crit, like, they would be half dead. They wouldn't be crippled yet, but it would hurt.
I think we
Mhm.
should. I think we should do it. So fate points
Yeah.
4, and hammer of light. So the damage of the sun laddery bands is 1d10 plus 3. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'll just roll manually.
You can click the R button next to the ship weapon.
Yeah.
Then it gives me a modifier. No modifier, right? I think that's the shoot as well, isn't it?
No, the R next to damage, I'm pretty sure, is just for the damage.
Yeah.
Because it's giving me a modifier. That's why. I'll just roll.
I mean, it might be.
There it is. There it is.
Okay.
It's 12.
Oh, that's a nice roll. And then you roll again.
That is. And nice.
Mhm. You're doing better. That's pretty
Okay.
nice.
You just took out about 2/3 of their hull.
Nice.
And do I roll a 1d5 for a crit, right?
Yes, please do.
4. Wait, I think that's sensors.
It may well be.
Sensors is like the best thing to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, book, don't be a bitch, load that crap. I think 5 was fires. That was the really spicy
Which
one.
book is this? Rogue Trader?
Yeah. Core. What do you mean? Not found. Critical hit. There we go. Critical hits. No, it's thrusters damaged. Oof.
Wonderful. They can't escape.
Roll 1d10, Demi. And they also lose 20 points of crew, as you do. And because they have special crap for that, 21 points of morale, because they have crappy Imperial components.
Yeah, they're already down there. Luck. Fuck, I can't do that because I already shot with Naya. That's so sad.
Okay. So, you have 2 actions left, and 1 on Arminius. So, considering how long this is taking, I'm actually thinking that in the future we might just go, everyone gets an action, and you can use Arminius if he hasn't done anything yet. But, Boo, Jackalor, what would you like to do? The other ship is, well, they're both within range of active scans now. For one thing, if you want to learn their actual components.
I think we want to learn the components of the Tempest.
Yeah.
Especially since you don't know it's a Tempest yet.
Well, yeah.
Arminius has a 50 perception. I think we should. Do you guys want to make him roll that? Because the only thing he's good at is command. That is going to be a thing that we will be rolling.
I think we should first
Sure.
scan fully.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's perception. No?
Okay. Keep in mind,
Have
it is
Arminius
gonna
do
be a minus 30 on the scan due to the. Actually, no, minus. We'll call it a minus 40 because it's a double nebula, much like with helping the stealth.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Okay,
scrutiny based, if I remember right,
yeah.
right?
It's scrutiny based.
So I think he, in the end, has like just a minus. Actually, no, minus 10 plus the detection. No, he's still pretty good. He's in the pot. He
Yeah.
has minus 40 plus the 20 he gains from scrutiny plus the 28 from detection. I think the end modifier is 8, but it'll already count in the fucking roll. So
No, it
just
should
roll.
be 18.
No. Just roll scrutiny, Jackalor, minus 12.
Yes.
Would you guys like to reroll that? Or
I don't think we
alternatively, you can use your own characters to attempt further scanning and burn the rest of your
I think
actions
we
on
don't
this.
bother rerolling.
Same.
Okay. So if you
Yeah.
have characters with scrutiny, now would be the time to try.
I can roll with Marius, I guess. Actually, no, Marius doesn't have scrutiny.
Oh wait, I can roll with loot. He has scrutiny.
Okay? With scrutiny minus 12. Go ahead. Holy crap, there's like 9 viewers.
What do you mean? Holy shit! There's 9 viewers. Hello there, 9 viewers.
Okay, Jack.
Could I try and re-roll that? But I mean,
Yeah, check. You're muted.
could I try and re-roll that or?
No, we'd have to spend Arminius's fate.
Yeah.
No, it was my character, right?
No,
No,
it's-
this is
combat.
in ship
Oh,
combat.
yeah,
This is a
ship
strategic
combat, my
phase
bad.
essentially. So
Yeah, no, never mind then.
Don't think I'll have bother having Mordecai roll scrutiny on this. It's not good enough.
short of a crit fail, it's not gonna have a horrible result. So
I guess.
or alternatively,
Wow, I actually succeeded.
never mind. I was gonna say you can use the crew rating if that turns out to be higher than any of the
And
characters.
what's the crew rating?
Crew
40?
rating is 40, so you'd be rolling against
Ah.
a 28. But that's 2 degrees. So let me.
3 actually, because of the thing.
The
Okay,
bridge.
I will allow it. Folks to agree, 3 degrees. As above, including augur rays, void shields, and any combat-related components. Okay, so you're gonna fucking love this. So, Jovian pattern drives, Strelo Vengeance, Galar Field, single void shields, command bridge, basic life sustainer, press crew, the standard Imperial augur ray. What's fun here is that you get his weapons, which is a Mars pattern macro cannon and a Sunseer laser. But this is where it gets really fun. He has 2 more components. Ghost Field, which is Xenotech, and heretical as all fuck, and murder servitors. And you now know why
Murder
he's turning
servitors?
towards you. You're about to be boarded.
Told you.
Or at least hit and run.
Yeah, hit and run probably, but not boarding.
Not
Murder
proper boarding,
servitors.
but yeah, let's
Good
blow that
boy.
fucker up. Fucking Xenotech.
What does the
That's
Inquisitor
the.
say?
That's
Like,
basic.
does he-
Isn't that? What did you say it was named?
Ghostfield. He has an Eldari Ghostfield installed on his ship.
Yeah, that's what I remembered. Right.
West.
That's the part that makes a bunch of fake ships around it, right?
No, it makes it hard to hit.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
He. So Sword 2, gonna have a tough time turning now, because someone fucked up their thrusters.
I have a question.
Yes.
After, the Inquisitor, learns of this information, are we still taking prisoners?
Yes, we're still taking prisoners. It's fine if that ship gets blown up, but any archaeotech they salvaged needs to be got. That being said, he figures that's probably on the ship that's silently sneaking away, so...
Yep.
Sword 2 is just gonna try and slam on the gas and go flank speed. Actually, no, not even that. I will do this differently. We're gonna do the evasive maneuvers.
Aww. Cute. They're
Oh,
trying
no.
not to die.
No, they're not. Their thrusters are too fucked up. That's a fucking death sentence. So, just gonna roll crew rating for the tech use, as you do. And they're gonna fail, so they just move up by about, well, on this map, a ship length. And they're gonna try and keep turning away from you.
Perfect. They've shown their engines to us.
Tempest 1. Well, you see on the sensors the return you just got shift into a incomprehensible maze of images as they deactivate the void shields and flip on the ghost field.
Oh, wonderful. They have no shields.
And they are driving towards you. So,
They're still in long range, right?
they would still be in long range for them, yeah.
Got it.
If we can get off at least. Well, they don't have shields, so we could just hit and run them with Teleportarium.
We need to get closer.
Oh yeah, no. Meanwhile, they're trying to shoot at you.
They hit. It's a crit.
That's a Sunseer laser. That's within the crit range by any measuring.
Wow.
Damn.
Who wants to roll the 1d5?
I
Got
can.
it.
Check
I want
logo.
Shackler to roll a fucking 5, I swear to God. That's the sensors.
Sensors damage.
Somebody needs to make a tech use.
Yeah, I'll be doing that.
Yes, someone's going outside on the hull where it's fun.
I mean, I have Mordecai doesn't care.
Okay, so
Still need damage.
So it's our turn again?
the stuff that gets through the shields somehow finds just the weak spot where the coupling for the sensors leads in towards the new bridge, and corridors near the bridge, which are filled with guards and people of importance, are just filled with just fire for a moment when just like flash. Whoop. And there's ash everywhere. So you take 1 point of hull damage, 1 point of morale damage, and 1 point of crew damage, as you do. Because I
one
believe
hull.
crits always deal at least 1 damage.
So hull integrity goes down by 1. Crew goes by down how?
By 1.
By 1.
And morale goes down by 1. Okay.
Yeah. Could have been worse. Fire could have potentially fucked you a lot harder, honestly.
Yeah.
It's the sensors, though, that hurts.
That's the thing that hurts, obviously.
So, I'd like to keep moving fast and hard.
You know,
I-
they kind of have a dilemma because that was the component they were gonna try and hit and run.
Of course they were.
Well, keep in mind you're turned away from them. But either way, you just... Actually, am I calculating this correctly now? Because... I did for that one doesn't matter that much. Okay, so... You move 2 tiles. Essentially.
Okay.
And, well... All shooting tests suffer a minus 30 to hit.
If
Oh,
that
great.
runs us.
So, including the long range and things, I would have a 14% chance to hit.
I would have 13.
14 is better than nothing. Try it.
Or, of course, otherwise, we could just shoot the other fucker. In the
Well,
back.
we need to repair the.
Okay.
We need to repair
Well, Demi
the
doesn't have a
sensors
tech
first.
priest anyway, so...
I have a tech priest though. I
Okay.
should probably roll that first.
You can start with the tech uses and see if how successful you are and if you need more characters to keep trying.
So since it's a Xenotech ship, it's minus 30, but because I crafted Eldar as my forbidden lore, it's minus 10.
don't
Wait,
think that
can one of my
applies
characters
for
have tech use? Can I
sensors,
use it?
though.
You can... If you sacrifice your action, you can send one of your characters to aid him, I'm gonna say, on something like this. And he will get a plus 10 to this for that.
Okay, I'll have Jinza help as well.
Okay, so you're burning 3 actions on this to give him... Or... Well, are you helping, Boo?
Yes.
Okay, so plus 20 to this Jackalore. And I'm gonna find how much it's normally for. The, what's-his-face emergency repairs. Emergency repairs is usually minus 10. So it's...
Minus 20 plus 20, 0.
Yeah, you're
It's
rolling flat.
roll.
Good luck.
That's another extra success from the ship combat component and another extra success from
No,
my...
you're going outside and coordinating the servitors there.
The bridge
Oh,
isn't related
yeah,
to
bridge
it.
So
just
It
a-
has to be
just
something
an ex-
involving the bridge.
Yeah, so then it's just an extra success from my natural intelligence.
Okay, so that is a degree of... Okay, that is a total of 6 degrees then. That is enough
think
that
so.
no matter what you roll on 1d5, it will be repaired in a single turn. So next turn you have your sensors back.
Next turn.
Yes. Next turn it always takes
Attempt
at least
to
1.
shoot him.
Demi, if you would.
To shoot.
Yeah, I mean, we can always try.
You could
I
launch
mean-
fighters at the fucker. Actually,
They're
yeah,
far away.
shooting at the sword is the one that you can actually hurt. The Tempest with the Ghost Field, there's no chance in hell.
Yeah, that's why I think we should just hurt the sword a bit more and fuck it while it's like turning
Yeah,
back.
we should
at
just
the-
kill it or cripple it at this point. It's almost completely dead. We might as well finish it off.
Well, it's
So-
still
Especially
functional.
seeing how the other fucker has the ghost field.
So I'm going to shoot at it with the Naya. So ballistic skill. So modifier of plus 10 from the bridge. What's next? Minus 10 from the long range, right?
Mm-hmm. Minus 30
Zero.
for not having sensors.
So I have a 14% chance. Okay. And yeah, that's
Let me just double check. Yeah, he's within range. That's
Minus 30.
14 essentially.
nope.
And the shot goes wide.
I mean, obviously.
Okay. So, that dude is just as fast as the sword frigate can move. It is heading away. They have 8 speed. They're using it. And
Oof.
I think this is something like this. Let's try and adjust the speed. Yeah, not a chance. Can't get any more out of it. 2 broke, 2 hurt. Okay.
Is Sword 2 even still in range?
It might not be for your weapons. It's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking. Okay.
But you can try and send fightercraft after it. If you should wish to. Now, Tempest. How close?
We should deploy Firecraft against Tempest.
It would have to be like essentially right here. Which is how far away? 10. So that's doable, is what you're saying. He is gonna slam on the speed to try and get closer.
Only one success, though.
Only one success, so he moves yay so. But he's within 6. So, both of his weapons are firing without penalties. And actually, let's do this as well. Lock on. Let's try and boost the weapon shooting. So one weapon can get a plus 10 to the test. So
Nice.
okay, that stings. Actually no, that was wrong, should be plus 10. Oops. So that's 4 degrees. Someone roll a 1d5.
I'll do it.
Are we being hit with first?
The first one was macro cannons, this is lasers again. And
Damn it.
I really hate
Fire time, boys.
okay, everyone who was out there, roll athletics as you run for the hatches.
The fuck do you run in space?
You see right above you the void shield turn as bright as the noonday sun as the lasers are hitting it. They did this once already, you know what's happening.
You're right, you just killed my character.
No athletics?
Yeah, no athletics. But it's
Okay.
the same goal. I'm a tech priest, not an Imperial Guardsman, damn it.
So, Adolphus, roll for your character as well. You all 3 were out there.
Oh, great. Let's roll for our characters,
Amazing.
Boo.
So wait, if we have neither, what do we roll?
Whichever
Mine.
base stat is higher.
You said it was athletics?
Athletics or acrobatics will do.
So strength or agility.
Can we roll the athletics with can we roll the athletics with toughness?
Not really.
Damn it.
So are all 3 of them dead now?
This is gonna depend on degrees of failure somewhat. Do you wish to sacrifice a fate point to help Adolphus tech priest take less damage?
You kinda have to.
Yeah.
I will tell you what this is gonna be. I shall be generous. It's gonna be 1d10 plus degrees of failure.
I mean, technically can survive.
So it's not gonna
Yeah.
be horribad, but you were just going inside when this barrage came in.
Soak applies, right?
Yeah, soak
Yeah.
applies and void shield armor applies. So Jackalor's the one that's probably okay because he's a tank. He's just there in carapace armor. This is fine.
I mean, she's in inquisitorial carapace armor as well, so she can soak a.
You don't
Not if
have
you're-
machine
you don't have
trait.
machine.
He's replaced most of his organic bitses with stuff he took a special talent from the expanded stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't modified yourself to that extent yet.
So I'm not wearing my armor. I'm wearing void.
Yes.
Void suit.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
because
gives
you
you
need
2
to
armor.
breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yea or nay, do you wish to try and improve that roll? It's 1d10 plus the degrees of failure on this. So for you, it would be 1d10 plus 9. Which is a lot of damage. It might push you into criticals.
Yeah, we should probably reroll that.
Sure.
no, don't bother.
Okay.
If
No.
she dies, she dies.
Wow.
How many degrees of failure is mine? Like 5?
4.
We'll let the fates
Oh.
decide.
Now, how many is mine then? No,
Um,
mine is 7. No.
Yeah, yours is 7.
She's one into criticals.
No, that's not yours. That's Jackalor's.
Oh,
Are you sure you don't want to reroll? I might roll high. Or low.
Is that mine?
Yeah.
I take 1 wound.
Jesus.
Some of your skin peels off. You are gonna replace that anyway.
Oh wait, only
Yep.
toughness counts for this, right?
No,
Because I don't.
the 2 points of armor count as well from the void suit.
Okay. Hey, I take 3 wounds.
Adolphus, are you sure? Once I roll, there's no more chance to reroll your.
I'm sure. Let's find out if she dies.
I warned you.
Oh lord.
She's dead.
Don't get ahead
No,
of
Almost
yourself.
certainly dead.
Wait, how?
She has 5 soak with her toughness and the armor.
Okay.
That's only
the
12
void.
damage.
So you're on the edge of criticals. You're being rushed to the Medicaid deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's basically on the verge of death.
She's that's a big difference from she's dead, Adolphus. Please.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Keep in mind you can also at this point burn your fate points freely to avoid death.
Oh, good to hear.
That was a prolonged thing. But well, so much for those repairs, huh? It's your turn. They are now within normal range for lances.
Yeah, but we don't have our sensors.
You don't.
Yeah, I'll have to try and repair them again.
What's the chance of us using the teleportarium?
You need sensors for that, I'm gonna say.
Mhm.
Mother.
You're gonna just
Let's
end up in
deploy
space like
Serial god out there.
if you
Let's
pilot
deploy
over there.
spacecraft.
If you pilot over there using shuttles for hit and run. Actually, no, you can't. They need to be within 5. Otherwise, they would have sent over their own shuttles.
Yeah.
Can we send fighters over?
You can.
No, that's the point.
You can launch fighters.
But they can't. Didn't you just say that they're out of range? It's 5.
We're out of range for boarding.
Yeah. What you can do is launch fighters to attack them as per fighters, and then they would have to shoot their way through their point defense and try and damage the ship. Which means that
Honestly, I probably think we want to combo that once we get our sensors back. For
honestly,
now,
I think it's an aeronautica test. So Jubaten could take command of the fighter squadron with his aeronautica and go on a fucking raid.
You definitely could.
That works.
The question is, do you guys want to launch them? Because we're
Sure,
not going
fucking
to
go.
be as close.
Fucking
They're
go.
just close enough that the fighters can reach them as part of your turn. The frigate is fast enough that they'll probably move away from your fighters after that. And speaking of which, I should have turned them. They're essentially gonna be turned like this to close with you. So presumably they're not planning to open the distance too much. Because then they just end up right in point blank next to you with their ass pointed at you. But yeah, I'm gonna say fighters are ready to
Fuck
go because you are on alert anyway. So you can just launch your 4 squadrons of void fighters.
I'll go with.
Okay.
Bottom will go with. Fuck it, why not?
Let me just open Battlefleet Coronas and find the stats. Jackalor, figure out your repairs in the meantime.
Yeah. So let me check here.
We need those sensors.
You need those sensors. Do you have
feel
anyone
like
with
my
tech use than
character-
me?
I have Jason.
You could send him out there.
Yeah, I have a 41% chance of succeeding with that, and I
No,
don't know
you
if a
could aid
copy-
Jackalor's roll. Give him +10.
Yeah, like I'm doing already.
Sure.
No, attacking with fighters is a command rating test.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do you have...
I'm not commanding people, but he does have command. I mean, he's
I'm pretty
going
sure
to be with
Arminius
them.
would be better. I'm pretty sure Arminius would be better option for that.
Like,
Maybe.
you don't have to go with, you can coordinate from the ship.
No, fuck it. I want to go with.
Okay,
Suicide mission it is, boys.
so... Oh, wait, no! No, this is actually really fucking good. The bombers are the slow ones. The Shark assault boats and the Fury interceptors have a speed of 10. This fucker ain't running from that. Okay, so Jubatin just says, "Peace, I'm gonna take care of this." Takes a turbo lift to the hangar bay like, "Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we fucking go." And we're gonna say that Arminius is coordinating this, but he's gonna get a bonus. So make me that operate aeronautica test with +10 to see if you can Luke Skywalker this shit.
Just +10?
Yeah,
Okay.
for the craft rating.
Nice. The
Nice.
force is strong with
That's
you.
6 degrees actually.
That is 6 degrees. Okay, how good is Arminius at command?
He's like 50-50.
Okay, I'm gonna give you +5 for personal heroics and risk of limb for each degree of success, so +30.
Ooh.
You are doing a good thing. So, defensive turrets. Before the attacker rolls to score hits, defending vessel may attempt a ballistic skill test using the crew skill rating with a +5 bonus for every point of turret the vessel has. Okay, so the way this works is that they can force squadrons to turn back, and if they get enough degrees of success, they can destroy craft outright. So any squadrons that they get rid of in this way are temporarily damaged enough that they've been forced to turn back, essentially.
So no one dies on our end.
Depends on how well they roll. If they roll crit, then...
Fair enough.
Okay. So, crew rating +5, because their turret rating sucks and doesn't do anything. Okay. Attacking with fighters. Okay. Let's see. I thought they could attack ships. Sure,
Should
they
be able to.
can. Interception. In all cases where they're required. Okay. This is the way we're gonna do this. Just so that this isn't fucking retarded, the fighters are essentially acting as a distraction for the bombers, because you only have a few. So you have 3 squadrons of fighters out there in the bomber squadron. Because otherwise it's
Okay.
just... why bother, right? So, you want to make a command plus craft rating test. Craft rating for bombers is 0. But you get the plus 30 for Jubatan's heroics in creating an opening and, you know, distracting turrets, etc.
This is command list, right?
Yes.
So we get all the ship bonuses as well.
For the bridge, yes.
So that's another plus 10.
So plus 40?
Mm-hmm. And the other bonus was for Intimidate and Charm, so that doesn't apply.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Am I rolling this or?
Jackalor? Show us your
You want
luck.
me to roll it?
Someone just
Okay.
roll it.
It's command.
Yes, it's
Plus
command 40.
Nice.
Okay. So, first of all, 1d5 for crit. As they make a run on the exhaust port.
By the way, I'd just like to know, it's not 5 degrees on that command, it's 6.
Yeah.
You're maxed out on the number of hits you can have anyway, because you only
Aw.
have the one bomber squadron. Sorry.
F.
F.
Who's rolling damage?
I
I
can roll
assume
it.
Jackalor.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jackalor,
Jackal,
roll damage. Boo just rolled a crit.
How much damage?
1d10 plus 4 2 times.
Okay.
Oh!
Revenge!
That's a lot of damage.
So that's 20.
The last 3 crits have been sensors, by the way.
Yeah, the fucking 1d5 just needs to...
So they take 1 damage. They have 19 armor.
F.
It's a heavy frigate. So
Yeah, but their sensors are gone because...
Wait. How they take 1 damage if they have 19 armor? If that's 20.
It's 20.
It's
20.
20.
Wait a
Same.
minute.
Crit, it's all part of the same critical strike. Crits always deal at least 1, but it's not +1 for doing the crit.
No, I get it. My eyes just kind of broke and I read
Yeah,
a 4
okay.
instead of a...
But you fucked up their sensors.
Now I need to roll again to repair the
Repair.
ship.
Mm-hmm.
So plus 10 because Demi is helping, plus
Wait.
10 because Boo is helping, minus 10 because Xenotech.
And minus
And
10
I have
for
the-
the base difficulty.
So it's again base, yeah.
So that's zero.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 successes. 3.
Still pretty good.
actually.
Roll 1d5 to see how long it takes.
This 3!
3 turns.
Okay, so it's 2 because he got an extra degree of success.
Oh, 1 turn?
No,
2.
1 for every extra degree.
I got another from my natural intelligence though.
Oh, then it is 1. Next turn, your
Nice.
sensors are back. Sword just keeps burning for another turn and prepares to go silent. The transport slinks away further.
We can't do shit about that. If we had more vessels on our side, I mean, we could fucking, divvy up, but we can't.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, Tempest. Well, oh shit!
Sensors down.
Shoot! They were supposed to launch their fighters as soon as combat started. That's what sane people do. What is this crap? Fucking ambushed, bushwhacked. God damn it! Okay, emergency repairs. Oh look, it's a -10.
Nope.
Okay, so shooting at you, kind of a fool's errand. So fuck that, but there's something else they can do.
Board.
Yep, you didn't prepare any squadrons for actually shielding the ship. You sent all of them to help fuck up theirs, which was
I
beautiful,
mean,
but
all of them are probably near their ship anyway.
this is happening more or less at the same time. That as the bombers are making the trench run, they are already loading murder servitors into shuttles.
Yep, fair enough.
Fair enough.
We have some advantages against that, though. From what
You
I
get
remember.
+20, I think, for the barracks on boarding. Check the barracks
And-
component to see if it helps against hit and runs as well.
Good bear. If the ship is transporting troops, it gains a +20 to all command tests involving boarding actions, hit and run actions. That's reinforcements.
Okay?
It doesn't say anything against being boarded.
No. This helps.
Oh,
It
this
wouldn't
helps.
help on offensive hit and runs. On defensive, yeah. Suddenly it's like, guys, stop playing cards. There's murder servitors on board. Long glasses just come
And-
out like, okay, let's go, boys.
And I think you're supposed to roll whatever they're rolling at a -30 due to our turret rate.
No, it's an opposed test. One of you needs to make a ballistic skill test, and you get +5 to it times your turret rating.
Really? That's
Yeah.
it?
Yep.
It's only +15.
Yeah.
It's kind of actually shitty.
If
What
we
the?
had a-
But it's an
If we
opposed
didn't
test.
like
It has a high variance. That's just to see if they can get on board.
I swear to God, it was different.
I'm looking at the version in the Mandragora book.
I
That's.
mean, if we had a micro laser defense grid, we would have a +25.
Yeah, because I remember Rogue Trader actually.
Okay, let's. What page is the Rogue Trader version on? Fair enough.
Like-
Let's see if it's different.
Because I could swear. Hold up, playing the game. I'm trying to fucking find it. The Game Master. No, that's not Game Master.
Okay. In the meantime, someone make me the ballistic skill test with plus what is it? 15.
It's either me or Demi again.
I can
Wait,
do it.
with who are we rolling? Yeah.
It depends. You can roll with crew rating or you can use a character. But
I think we might as well use character. It's like 3% chance better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so this won't take up your action because this is essentially just a defense. But it does mean that you are effectively, like I won't let you use that character to shoot down, craft, and coordinate turrets while at the same time doing an extended action because this is kind of happening simultaneously. So they're going to be
Yeah.
tied up doing this. You can just have another character do a different thing.
So it's again.
Here it is. For each point of a starship's turret rating, the ship imposes a -10 penalty on the piloting tests of any hit and run attacks directed against it. Additionally, each point of a starship's turret rating adds +10 to its side's command test during a boarding action. I know it was different.
That makes hit and runs virtually impossible.
Unless you got the teleportario. Because then it's not a piloting test.
Fair enough. I just know that I remember different rules, but you know.
Okay, what page is this on?
This was in Rogue Trader Core Book 220.
Okay.
It's in the turret section up in the black thing.
Okay, turrets. Okay. Yeah, no, that's... I'm gonna... give you a +10 on the ballistic skill test to try and counter this, because just... This is one of the times these D100 games are really fucky, because it's very easy to reduce a crappy cruise rating to 0, like in this case, and I don't want that happening. I want them to have at least a chance. So you're rolling this with +30 from your turrets.
So ballistic skill +30.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 meter roll, the 1 extra % doesn't really matter then.
And
Yeah, it really doesn't.
I'm gonna say you finished your repairs, especially since we're on your turn, so you're not gonna take the penalty for that.
Oh no, it wasn't the character doing the repairs with the ballistic.
Yeah, no. I'm just saying, I'm letting you have that because in theory not having sensors would make it harder to hit incoming shuttles as well.
Ah, yeah, fair. Well,
do you wish to re-roll that with Arminius'
I think we
points?
should re-roll that.
Yes.
We do not want
Yeah,
to be
we
boarded.
should re-roll that.
I'll lower his fate points.
Okay, go ahead and try again.
what?
But we're getting boarded.
Just a hit and run, but you can your sense-
Guards are doing shit.
Okay, so hit and run. Now it becomes fun. So they get a +10 because it's a hit and run and they got through the initial hurdle. +20 for the murder certers, and you get +20 for your reinforcements. So now it gets interesting. Who do you want to coordinate the defense of the ship?
It's a command test, right?
Yes.
Oh, let
I'm
me
done.
check. Does Marius
I
have
know.
command? Marius does not have command.
You could type Arminius in this if you wish, but then he wouldn't be available for fighters.
I think this is more important. We don't want to get our sensors damaged again.
Well, it's actually just a roll on the critical chart, and they get to pick the effect, I think, between two.
No, they get to choose instantly whichever they want. I remember this.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes, that's beautiful.
So
Yeah.
we not
Start a
want to-
fire in the life support.
So yeah, we should really just roll Arminius, and that's a +10 because the bridge is.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So you're
Plus-
+30.
Does he gain any bonuses from having high Tactica Imperial?
Not really. If they were outright boarding the ship, trying to take it over, possibly. But this is just a lightning attack.
Fair enough.
Do any psychic powers help?
I don't think he has the time to really employ them now.
Fair enough.
Stop
One of my
fishing for
characters has
bonuses.
something.
This is just, convincing people to stand and fight, you fucking rats.
So that is Actually, no, we just win
I cry!
because we have 5 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, they failed to repair their sensors. They're within normal range. Actually, this is kind of important because if they are close enough, they're within
6.
half range for the lasers.
So do we get a +10 on hitting because they're close?
Yes, I think so because actually
But
no,
our
you're
senses-
within 6, right? So no, neither of you would get a bonus. I don't think
3.
you have weapons with 12 range, do you?
Let me check. No, I think it's not. Nope, the lance batteries are not.
But you can fire the bombardment cannon at long range now.
Yes,
Mhm.
we can. I think we should. So, I think Naya will take the shot here. Right?
Yeah.
A single character can coordinate all weapon fire from a ship. You don't need to have multiple characters if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now for the thing is, I shoot.
This is actually
different
important. You move before you shoot. So you could actually try and adjust course to turn sooner and try and park right in his face to be in short range.
Let's do that. Since he has
Yeah,
the
100%.
fucking displacer field, whatever it's ghost field.
Ghost field.
Oh yeah, that's gonna. You
Yeah, let's
take
do
less of a penalty for that using the bombardment cannon, by the way.
Mm-hmm. It's
But-
still -20.
Okay, so what you can do is adjust the bearing, which means that you can turn 1 VU sooner than normal per degree of success, and that is a piloting check. Adolphus, if you would.
I'm not on board, so
Oh yes, you're not. You're busy doing Emperor's work out there. So you're rolling your crew rating for this.
Mhm.
yes, it has
Should I
to be.
roll?
Yes, go ahead, Jack Lord.
Is it just crew rating, or do we have no crew rating plus
Plus
maneuverability?
maneuverability.
So we got a 48% chance.
Any other bonus? I don't think so. This is not command test, it's a piloting
We're
test.
like, no. I don't
Yeah, no,
think
you
so.
just get your maneuverability and that's it.
Do we want to reroll that?
I feel like we should.
You could move at half speed, like to here, and you would be within, I think, yeah, you would be in short for lances and normal for bombardment cannon.
Yeah, just move half speed.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably the best you can reasonably hope for, but you could spend a fate point if you wish.
We're left down to 3. Let's keep it for now.
Yeah, let's keep them.
Okay, so you move to, here. Do you wish to turn?
I think we do actually have to turn a bit for the orbital bombardment. Don't we?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah,
you have
Yeah,
a
we'd
two.
have to turn
No, you have
to
a
the west.
270. It's a turret
Ah,
under
okay.
your prow.
Oh, it's 270. Though if we continue up, he'll kind of get us in the ass. I think we do want to turn a little bit to like over here. At least that's the best thing we can.
Okay, that's about as much as you can turn. So 45-degree turn, like so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
Yeah, something like that.
then
So,
which weapon is firing first? Bombardment cannon or lances?
Bombardment.
Okay.
Actually,
actually
doesn't
better.
matter. They don't have void shields currently. They just have
Actually,
armor.
yeah, that's true. I'll just go with the the lance battery then first.
Okay.
Okay.
Since it doesn't matter.
Wait, I just have a question before we shoot. Because this is like a joint operation, like you said, one person is coordinating everything, right? Can other people with a high ballistic skill above 40?
I'm gonna say no. There are other actions which can help shooting things like lock on or put your backs into it, which you can take, which make people either reload faster and pump out more shells, or alternatively use the sensors to try and,
Yeah,
help the
we
gun.
might want to just do lock on target.
Yeah.
Yeah, who
Okay,
has the tech use for
so
that?
one of you already rolled the crew rating for turning. That was Jacklo, right? So
Mhm.
I assume that you are saving yours for fucking them up with the fighters, Adolphus, or helping with that.
I mean, I'm on board with the fighters. I don't see why I wouldn't help.
Okay. So that leaves the two of you. There's two options for this, I believe. Lock on is a scrutiny roll, I believe. Yes, it
It
is.
is a scrutiny
Yeah,
test.
I have scrutiny on one.
And put your backs into it, I think, is can only help macro cannons, but that's like command or intimidate. Put your back into it. Interaction test.
One question: can I roll a strength intimidate with one character for put your backs into it instead of the?
Let me see how it's written in the actually proper rogue trader, because I don't always trust the homebrew there. It can be fucky. Put your back into it. Intimidate or charm test. You can use strength intimidate for this, yes.
Okay, so then is put your backs into it or lock on better?
Lock on will let you get more than +5.
Yeah.
Put your backs into it lets you help multiple actions, but you only have the one.
Cannon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
macro
the one
cannons.
macro cannon.
Mm-hmm. So just
But-
do lock on target.
Yeah, and lock on target does have lower chances though, but also
Okay.
Just go
so
for the.
You could roll crew rating for it.
I mean with just scrutiny at one, I have a base 47% chance.
Fair enough.
Keep in mind, Demi, that you can use the NPC you created as well for this. For
Really?
actions.
Oh,
If one of you sacrifices your. Well, usually you, because you picked the NPC, but you can use them to roll an action if you wish as well.
She does have 52 perception and a scrutiny of only 1 dot.
still a better chance than me.
Okay,
Yeah.
then she could do the lock on, and you could do the firing boo.
I could do the okay.
Yeah. I mean, is the sheet open for you, Boo?
Her sheet. No, where's her sheet? What's her
Nah,
name?
that's okay. I'll roll
Yeah.
for it then. Yeah, I'm just checking. Nope, she doesn't have anything besides. So it's her scrutiny. Does the ship's detection come into play?
Yes, it does.
So her oh, my bad. Her scrutiny, and then modifier of 28.
Mm-hmm.
2 degree. Actually, 2 degrees. But if the bridge helps, that's 3 degrees.
If the
Yeah.
it doesn't, it's not a command.
Okay.
So you get a
No,
+5. Are you?
It's the bonus for. It's the bonus for the quirk.
For degrees of success, that does.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then yeah, that's 3 degrees then.
Okay. So
yes, that's enough. That's plus 10.
Yeah. So are you applying this to the lances or to the bombardment cannon?
Lances, honestly.
Yeah, lances. They have more strength. Actually, no. The bombardment cannon has 4 strength to get there technically.
Yeah, but lances ignore armor.
Fair. That's true. So I'll roll with Naya. So it is.
No. You've it's Boo that has to take the shot action. This uses up your extended action.
Okay. Go, Boo.
let me just roll for the macrocam thing. It's just base intimidate, right?
No.
No, not intimidate.
No,
Yeah.
you're-
Don't. Well, actually, you can do that, and then. Well, no. Like you would get a +5 if you did well, right?
Yeah.
But you would get a flat 43 if you fired with your character, so you get more out of it than.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like you could shoot automatically with crew rating, so that's not an issue.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Yeah,
you
then
will
I'll
come out
shoot.
ahead.
So that is ballistic skill. What are the mod?
plus 10 for the bridge.
And for the macro cannons, -20 for the ghost field.
Is there anything?
And plus
have
10
a-
for short range.
Yeah, so flat.
Yeah, it's flat.
Or
Yeah, so just flat ballistics.
And it's also going to be flat for lances due to the lock on.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh,
Oh my.
Oh my god!
oh my god. Oh, you hit all 4 then, and it crits.
wonderful job.
Hello,
Well.
darkness, my old friend!
So,
Someone's about to get
boo,
fucked.
boo. I need you to roll 1d10 plus 6 4 times.
Disgusting.
It's lovely.
So, where the fuck was the bombardment cannon? Battlefleet? I think it had a special ability
Oh
of
my
some
God.
kind.
Oh my god.
Yes, it gets +1.
Oh my
it's
god.
written in Hammer of Light.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Oh, no, 4 times. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But
The last
it's
one.
actually written in the bombardment cannon. Destructive. This weapon generates crit, add 1 to the result rolled.
So, boo. Hold up, let's calculate the damage first. 16 plus 8, that's 24.
24.
Plus 15, that's 39.
39 for.
And then 10, that's 49.
Plus 1 to the result
Ouch.
rolled. Okay.
So, 49, how much armor does it have, Chris?
19.
We'll get to that. You definitely crit on that, so roll 1d5 plus 1, please.
Oh my god, it's a 6.
Ooh.
Hold up. 5 is fire. Is there an
Yeah,
actual
what is
number
6?
There's up to 10.
There's more than 10, but the last ones are like Warp Core explodes.
No.
Yeah.
Okay then.
We don't need a black hole all of a sudden in front of us.
Oh no, it just sucks you all into the warp without Geller field.
Oh no.
Even worse.
That sounds like something straight out of a battle. Straight out of like a full fleet battle.
Engines crippled. Something pierced the immense drive tubes in the ship's stern, bleeding plasma into the void and leaving the vessel drifting in space. Roll 1d10. On a 1-7, the plasma drives are still usable, though heavily damaged. Reduce the ship's by half. On a 8 to 10, the drives are completely wrecked. Reduce the ship's speed to 1. This damage can be repaired. So, roll 1d10.
Go boo, go boo, go boo.
We believe.
Oh my god.
10!
Oh my.
They're crippled.
I think it's time we suggest surrender.
So, the ghost field is minus 30, but you get plus 30 for their ship essentially being dead in the water. Because narratively, I like this idea. And the total damage on those 4 hits was something in the 50s, right?
49 minus the armor is.
19.
So they have
Mine's
8
over.
hull left
Wait, what do you mean 8 hull left?
out of
It means they're
39.
fucked.
We don't have.
They
we
have
don't
nothing left of their ship
We
that's
have-
usable.
no prisoners if we fuck them up with the lance battery.
Would you
This
like
is
to
the time
fuck
you
them up
hail
with the
them and
lance
tell them to
batteries?
give up, lest they die.
I mean, wait, there's always the ship that's escaping. Their fucking engines are fucked, so they're like
Like
slow, right?
Arminius, what he really wants is the freighter. This?
Yeah, there's the third ship as well.
Yeah.
We should start
But-
pinging for that as well.
Well,
'Cause we
no,
don't
their
know where-
engines aren't fucked up. They can't maneuver effectively, but they have their
Oh,
speed
yeah,
still.
You're right.
And
you're
they
right, you're
at this
Yeah.
point have gone on silent running, and you have no idea where they are. The big
But I
tab,
feel like we should start pinging for the freighter that disappeared in the
Yeah,
beginning.
let's
the
just-
big
let's
tab
just-
you might be able to find just combing through space.
Let's just blow this bitch up.
Yeah, so I roll for the lances.
Roll for the lances. And after that, the Dolphs can roll for the fighters.
Hold up, let's calculate the lances, right?
Oh yeah, the modifier.
It's flat.
plus-
Plus
no, hold on.
30.
No, we still have the ship and the lock-on that we did.
And lock on, yeah.
Yes, it was flat before, but now you get plus 30 for them being suddenly dead in the water and not being able to really maneuver.
Yeah, but that only does nullify the ghost field, right? We still have the modifiers from the
Yes,
bridge.
you have a total of plus 30.
Oh, that's what. Okay, that's what you mean. No, I hit.
That's 2
You rolled
hits
it
and
wrong.
You mean?
Plus 30.
plus 30, target plus
Oh,
30.
plus.
Don't add the plus.
Plus.
Yeah,
Okay, that
Seven.
crit and all of them hit.
Okay, so roll 1d5 first. Juggler's gonna hate you. There go the murder servitors he's wanted since day one.
Oh, dude, that's less than sensors. What the fuck is that?
Internal damage. Select one component, only choosing one he knows of, that is not breach. Would you like to disable the ghost field?
Yes.
Okay, start rolling lance damage.
1d10 plus 3 times, but
Okay, so this is the way it's gonna go. I will give you the opportunity, because we're effectively in narrative time now, that you can stop rolling damage after any hit until you've hit your max hits. This will be a max total of 4 because of a special rule we found about lances. So right now they take 6 more damage. Their ship is technically still functional, capable of shooting.
So I shoot again.
exactly.
Okay, stop, please. This will
Okay,
destroy the
so
entire
they're at
thing.
-3. They've taken 11 more damage. They have 58 crew left. And 54 morale. Actually, no, it's 53.
Just let it go, man.
It's
There's no
time
need
to hail them and force them into
Their
surrender.
sensors are crapped. Would you like to keep shooting?
I think it's time we just like they can't move anyways. Like they can't
They are
escape.
literally dead in the water, and
We're
they
just
are
gonna tell them
probably going to die.
Okay,
Even if we leave
Adolphus,
them.
would you like to take your bomber attack?
No.
to come back.
Okay.
I think it's at this point that Jassy just comes back on the hill. So about that surrendering to the Inquisition.
They promise to surrender. Arminius proceeds by telling you to demand that the other freighter surrender itself immediately. And same for the other ship.
Sending those requests through.
You hear them sending desperate pleas to the other ships. The other ships don't react. Arminius
Friendship.
orders to start the search for the freighter and to fire the lances one more time at the ship as you leave to start scanning.
Well, let's get that one more damage.
There is one thing though that since Arminius isn't an idiot, since the freighter is trying to run away, obviously, I'd like to see about possibly just in between, the conversation, see about perhaps asking, like, in case we don't find the freighter, where could it go? Do you know?
Essentially, what you can do is pick up some people to interrogate.
Fair enough, we'll do that then.
You can say that, okay, the ship has to be destroyed, most of you are heretics, but the Inquisitor is merciful and may grant you your lives in exchange for,
All the information on your...
for the command
orders.
crew.
Out of the 5,000 that have perhaps survived on this ship, please pick one volunteer per 1,000.
No, they're, Arminius will happily take on, let's say, 100 officers. The rest can go fuck themselves.
Understandable. Arminius is a generous man. I would have went with the 1 in 1,000.
You actually see them try to escape. There's way more shuttles than you would expect. Some are heading away from the ship, some are heading towards the ship. The
Time for
frigate,
cleanup with the
the
fighters.
frigate's own turrets open fire on the command shuttles to try to take them down as they try to head for your ship.
Now's the time when you fire on the ship.
Yeah.
So, you're gonna start heading off in that direction. I'll give you 2 attempts to scan the Space Hulk to get its composition before you're beamed on board in a decent looking location. Arminius can do this himself, so Same as for scanning a ship, just a flat scrutiny
roll this
detection
time.
roll.
I love rolling scrutiny. So scrutiny bonus plus 28. Anything from the nebula?
Yes, minus 30.
So 28 minus 30 is then minus 2 target modifier.
Mm-hmm. You roll 1 and Boo can roll 1, since he's apparently on a roll today. Okay,
That is
never mind, that's
4
enough to
5
get
degrees.
the whole thing. So I'm going to list off what is on there. It's made up of 4 ships, at least the bits that are in any way recognizable. There is a Dauntless Light Cruiser, 2 Xenos frigates, which are some form of Eldari ship,
Ugh.
and a Secutor class Mechanicus Light Cruiser. The Mechanicus Light Cruiser actually looks mostly intact, to the point where it might be recoverable for the Imperium.
Found ourselves a new toy, boys.
And I'm
I
actually
hear a
gonna,
wet jackalope.
I'm gonna tell you what's on it. It has a good navigation bridge, which is badly mangled but potentially repairable, a life sustainer of best quality that is apparently fully intact, a Jovian patterned warcruiser drive that is looks like it's been mangled by reality, coming apart at the seams in a semi-uncontrolled exit from warp.
Understandable.
Good deep void auger ray, which is looks like there's have been at some point some repairs done, like patchwork. Strelo warp engine, again, looks like it's been repaired. Geller field. From what you can tell, it looks like it has been multiple times pierced, exploded, but it's somehow been held together on broken dreams and spit. As,
Works even in space.
as desperate Mechanicus potentially for centuries tried to survive on there.
Poor guys.
Ingenious motherfuckers.
Good multiple void shield array, because these cruisers have a special thing where they are light cruiser that can fit double void shields. They have also cold quarters where they can freeze people. They have late grav culverins on the sides. One is damaged and depressurized, much like the bridge. The other is completely destroyed. They have 2 Sunhammer lance weapons, one in the prow and one in the, if I'm not mistaken, dorsal slot. So they have 2 lances that can fire in a 270 arc. One is damaged depressurized,
Not bad.
one is just damaged. Looks like there's remnants of a lab, which was probably a miracle of engineering that has been destroyed and looks completely unrecoverable. And there is a manufactorum on board as well. As well as a murder servitor bay that looks heavily damaged but potentially recoverable, with lots of hopes and dreams from Jackalor. And a crew reclamation facility that has been mangled.
Yeah.
And does anyone have common lore Mechanicus?
Yes.
Yes.
All of you may roll it.
Just base.
Just base, unless you have some kind of ties to the Lathe worlds in your background.
What's the
No.
No.
It's one of the Forge
It's
worlds.
a local forge world.
Yeah, it's essentially the big boy Forge world in the local area.
Fucking
There
boobs.
is
or
one
Adolphus.
person on board who can also goddamn it, Adolphus. Axalia could technically roll as well. The
Yeah,
librarian.
you can roll.
Because she has infused knowledge. Haha.
She isn't actually Mechanicus though, right?
No. She herself is not.
Give a -10 to her.
Okay, yeah, let me just go through the gear. Calculus Logi, I think, gives a +10. Scribe Times gives +10. Memorance Implant does not. So, that is some fucking lore. Of +20, -10. Yeah, 10. Target.
The librarian wouldn't apply because you don't really have the time to search through all of it for specific info.
Yeah,
on
no,
this.
I'm just rolling,
Yeah.
like, with the Scribe Times stuff. Okay.
Woo!
We know everything.
Adolphus still got better than you. Also, did
I'm
you
not
remember to
seeing...
remove the bonus from intelligence? Because
No, this is fucking wrong. I want to kill myself because it doesn't have the actual +20. It's taken to -20 due to I'm forgetting the infused knowledge is technically supposed to give a +1 tick, so I'm supposed to add a modifier +20 myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hate that so fucking much right now.
Okay.
And yeah, are you remembering to remove the +5 from the good quality membrance implants?
Yes, that is not in
Memory
play.
close.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, not as good. Fucking hell.
Okay, Jackalord, give us a name for a Mechanica ship.
Third moon of Mars.
Okay. This is the third moon of Mars. A explorator ship that was lost during a warp jump some 5 or 6 centuries back at the late worlds, contrary to the common practice of sending out big boy fleets. In a lot of their exploration missions opted out for covering more ground by just spamming out cruisers, which can act as independent bases.
Guys, look how small our ships are compared to this monster.
I was just testing out the tokens there, never mind that. But you can see the relative...
A laboratorium. I want that.
It's destroyed.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's destroyed. But as you are
Wait.
heading past that ship, Arminius is gonna drop you off by a teleportarium as he goes to hunt for the freighter and any more ships in the area. Yes, you could try and dig out, but the component itself is too badly damaged to be of any use.
Mm-hmm.
There
I
might
know,
be
that's-
stuff in there, essentially, but that's about it.
I want to send Kybus, but I know I can't send Kybus. I'm so sorry.
Mordecai will be there with him in spirit.
One thing you do know is that the ship does not have power, which suggests that they were either piping it from another part of the Space Hulk, or given how badly mangled their neighbors are, the drive getting ripped up is a very recent occurrence. Which means that
The virus did it.
or the reentry, honestly.
Probably the
the
re-entry.
Question though, since we've done a really good scan, does that scan just take up like mechanical parts? Or can it pick up any electrical signals as well?
You, with that roll of 2, would know that these ships have cold quarters for a small contingent of normal crew, but 98% of the crew are servitors, run by tech priests.
So basically, any resistance guys we find, we're gonna be fighting murder servitors.
Well, not all of them are murder servitors. Mostly they're just normal servitors, which is still horrifying as fuck.
Keep in mind, 6 centuries, tech priests are greedy fucks. There were probably fights over who controls the life support component.
Yep.
I am the
So
king
most
of
of the
water
crew's
and air
probably
now,
gone.
bitch!
So
you're
most of the crew's
saying you
gone,
want
I'm
to
assuming?
oppose me? What if I just, I don't know, vent a bit of your air away? Then we'll see how...
Furiously welding air went shut!
So, how
Oh, you
much
do-
does Jinza know?
She knows the name of the ship. She knows that this is the third moon of Mars. She knows when it was lost. She knows it's relatively recent. It was out explorating. It is comparable to modern designs of the same class sent on the same mission. It has a modification to boost its sensors, but which, makes things slower for the ship in general. It reduces speed and maneuverability. It has the essentially explorator vessel background package. And from what you can see, it looks like it still has the standard complement of ship components, even if they've been destroyed. What's been going on?
So it still has like 90% of it intact.
It's recoverable. It's in remarkably good condition. If we were to put this arbitrarily, out of 65 hull points, it has 11 left. it still has hull integrity. If you could repair it and get the warp engines online, you could potentially fly it out of here. If you could crew it well enough.
That's
the
fucking
big
amazing.
problem.
It has all the bits in a good enough, at least, condition to be repairable to fly it.
Yeah.
Well, she'd definitely
Honestly-
relay all of this to Arminius.
And now is the time where you can use up your requisitions for the guys that are going over there to request any special equipment now that you know what you're actually facing. Or where you're going, at least.
We might want some haywire weapons.
I already requisitioned stuff for Nye, and I already said I'm sending Nye, and she's the only combat character I got, and we need we need to clear out the defense security first, and then we can research and investigate.
Keep in mind, what you're doing is more akin to scouting. There isn't a huge amount of residual power signatures or life signs on board. You would be able to detect that, but the ship is about 3.5 kilometers long, and you're taking 20 people, including yourselves. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm bringing
Most
Naya.
of it's depressurized, right?
Depends on which component. Some components are... Most of it is actually still pressurized. More than half, anyway, I think. I would have to count. It's about 50-50-ish.
That's nice.
But yeah, the life sustainer has been off for who knows how long. No way to know how good the air is. So you need to take full survival gear.
Fair enough. The air's probably fucked as well.
I'm gonna send loot.
I'm
She's
sending Naya.
good at scouting in general.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to try and teleport in a particular area of the ship, actually?
What feels like most thing? Honestly, I'm thinking the
Maybe.
bridge.
Okay.
How bad is the bridge? Like, tell us.
Damaged and depressurized. So there's less chances of a
Ow.
mad tech priest with murder servitors waiting for you. But if there is one, well, a master of a ship like this could be converted enough into a machine to just ignore void penalties and just be sitting there like...
True. The only reason why I'm thinking bridge, honestly, is because, and I'm not sure if these exist, but do ships have basically something maybe akin to data logs, a black box, whatever?
Yeah.
They do, if the cogitators are still functional, but the ship doesn't have power.
Hmm.
So,
So we won't be able to recover them until we power it.
yeah, essentially my recommendation, you want a reasonably safe area where you can set up your void tents where your air supply won't be.
Fucked.
Yeah, essentially. You want to
Fair
establish a secure base first and then you can make your way there. And the bridge is actually going to have the negative of, well, you could make it to the Geller field probably, but the laboratorium and the crew reclamation are both destroyed. Which means that if you teleport in there, yeah, okay, you're essentially in an area with very little to no air and very hard time moving elsewhere on the ship.
Fair enough. Then what about the Manufactorum?
Yeah.
High value
I would
prize.
highly suggest not teleporting in there.
High chance of crazed tech priests.
Check.
It's either way, it's gonna be a trade-off. Like, one thing you could do is teleport in somewhere which they wouldn't have found that useful while they were in the Space Hulk, so there's less chance of crap. The ship is gonna have like docking bays. There is gonna be like the main bay for like their craft is gonna be here under the Manufactorum. Because loading and unloading, it just makes sense for it to be there.
I have to ask, can we requisition mind scrambler grenades?
How rare are they?
Scarce.
What are they? Vanilla Dark Heresy 2 or are they
No,
both?
they're the TMA Volume 3.
Okay, TMA 3. That's That's their difficulty or rarity if you're a high caliber badass tech priest, not a random inquisitorial acolyte. They wouldn't be scarce for you by any measure, Jackalor. You can cry
Sadness.
now.
Speaking of requisitioning, can I try for some crack grenades before we go?
Yeah, you can certainly try. That's a military thing, and I think there's some, like, there's good chance of some being on board, so I'll give you the plus 20. You can draw really from the ship stuff, and if you had a successful first mission, you can add another plus 20 to the requisition.
Successful first mission. I mean,
The
this is
prologue
our
one.
first mission.
The prologue
Oh, and
one.
prologue. Okay, so that's 40 plus 40.
Okay. Loot was on which mission?
The against the Kroot.
Ah, yes, no, definitely. Definitely. So, crack grenades were... Right, there you go, you rolled. So that would be, I think, 5. Yeah, it's 5.
I think I will requisition a good quality auger array on Mordecai.
Why are you a greedy piece of shit? Okay. Mordecai was also on the Kroot mission, right?
No, Mordecai, that's Marius.
Ah.
Mordecai was on the Arbeit mission.
Okay, so you don't get a plus 20 for that. You just get, well, good auger array. I will let you get the plus 20 for that because the regiment has very good relationship with Mechanicus and Augmetics. So there's that stuff on board on the Medicaid deck.
So flat roll.
Actually, Jackalor, you're gonna hate me for this. You can requisition it, but you won't have the time to do the surgery right now. You have an hour as you come up next to the Space Hulk.
Okay.
Do you want to rush brain surgery on yourself? This is why it might have been a good idea to requisition while you are still en route. But, oh well.
Go for haywire grenade. Let's get a shit ton of them.
We can't. They're too rare.
If they're in the standard books, you can try. The cap on rarity is off. You just hurt your influence if you roll real shit.
They're very rare.
They're
in
very
the
rare,
standard
yeah.
book.
Mm-hmm.
What's a little mild tech heresy for an Inquisitor? Oh, I probably don't need the Heralds of Slanesh open for this, huh?
What was the demon that was following Sir Connor?
What mission was he
Yeah.
part of? The Psychers?
Yes, the Psychers. I think it was
you have the Bloodlust
Slaneshi.
then, because you had the... I hope you noted that down. No, that
Yeah.
wasn't a Slaneshi. The
noted down
Psychers
on-
was a Cornate. Because
What is it?
you did unholy slaughter down there. You fucked the
Yeah.
whole place up. So, Jacklord, do you want haywire grenades? You know what? I need to step away for like a 60 seconds. Discuss among yourselves what you want to requisition, where you want to come in on the ship.
Yeah.
The main docking bay, like I said, would be towards the middle. So, you would be next to the murder servitors and manufactorum there. Otherwise, you can just teleport Arium in pretty much any part of the ship. The one side of the ship is still accessible among the grav culverins and the forward lands. The upper lands, I'm gonna say, is the one that's fucked. Because...
Okay.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I'll requisition a Where is it? Where is it? What is it? A multi-key? Yeah, multi-key. And possibly at least a multi-key and an auspex. Do you guys have auspexes?
No,
not.
but I can requisition one.
I had to check with Naya, since I'm sitting here. No, sadly, she does not have a.
How rare is the Auspex?
Scarce.
Yeah.
That's
I can't.
not bad.
I can't requisition with Naya anymore because I did 2 requisitions already for a Camellia line cloak, and I lost.
I can try
influence.
for one after getting the Haywire Grenade.
Wait, I'm guessing our requisitions from the downtime actions don't count? I mean,
They do.
these are new
They do.
No,
requisitions?
these are
or-
the ones you are getting now. These are essentially the first mission requisitions.
Oh, so we still get 2.
Yes, you took one,
As
you can
long
get a
as you
second
didn't
one.
do any requisitions since repairing the ship and all that, if you requisitioned anything during that or
Yeah,
after changing out the
essentially,
components,
you
that
get
counts as this.
each character gets 2 requisitions on the first downtime. You're just now starting the mission. You can use those now,
Yeah.
and you
I
can
can't do
use
anything
your
now.
own fate points for. Well, I don't know, because in the downtime we yeah, that's tricky. No, you'd have to use Arminius as honestly to keep it consistent. But there's not going to be more ship combat this session anyway, so feel free to use those up. At most what you will be doing is analyzing info on the system. As far as the Hammer of Light is concerned, that's it. Yes, Kitty is here. Hi, Kitty. Fuck me.
So I'd like to requisition Haywire Grenades. They're very rare, but due to
Doesn't hear
due
you.
to Master of Paperwork, they count as rare for me.
So wait, like, because
My
I
apologies,
used one
the kitty
requisition on the
insists
Chameleon
that
Line
I
cloak
attend to
and
him.
one for the crack grenades, I don't have any.
I can't hear the
Yeah.
GM over you, Boo.
It's fine if you're just apologizing about the cat. But
Oh.
basic tools. Think about basic tools. What might you need? Auspexes are good. Combi tools are
Yeah.
good. Better
Anybody has
void
I
a-
only
suits.
have a combi tool in my Mechadendrites.
You have one. That doesn't mean the others have one. Some of the stuff you can probably
Yeah,
scavenge
but
on
I was
board.
thinking. Yeah, I was thinking. Is there any bonus for having a better auspex?
Well, you could look in the book.
It doesn't state anything. Is the thing.
Good rationing models increase the bonus to plus 30. Yes, it does.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Ah,
So the modifier for my roll is what?
What were you
Like-
trying to requisition? I didn't
The
hear you.
Haywire Grenades. They're rare for me.
Okay. And you are doing this with someone who failed the mission, essentially. So this would be flat.
Just straight out flat?
Yeah, plus 20, minus 20.
Okay. Damn it.
What is your fellowship bonus?
It's 4.
Well, you don't lose influence, but you obviously fail.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you, guys, if you want to risk trying to reroll this. Or you could use a second requisition for these.
I'll go for an Auspex with my second one. It's scarce, but it's one lower, so it's what? Normal?
It's +10.
Average. Yeah.
Wait, doesn't that
No,
mean
it's +0. It goes down to +0 rather than +10.
Why? He gets +20
Scarce is
for...
-10.
Yeah, but he has it available on the ship. It's +20 for the ship, so it's total +10.
Okay.
It's each squad of the spearfishers has an Auspex with them, so Auspex aren't hard to come by. At least basic ones. Keep in mind the who are you requisitioning this with, Jinzia?
No, Zircon Marius, my healer.
Okay.
My
The
guy.
deck priest gave you a look that was just 1.53 seconds too long. When you requested Haywire Grenades to bring on the Holy Mechanicus vessel. And then he was just like, no. And walked away.
Okay, so they're scarce on the ship, the Auspex, but it comes down to average for me.
Don't they're scarce, but there's a situational modifier for the ship of +20. Keep those separate. It doesn't go down to average, it's still scarce. It's just
He a master of paperwork.
so it goes down
Yeah.
by 1, so it's average.
It goes
Yeah,
down
monster.
one tier.
So you're getting +20 on this.
Okay.
Did you apply the
So I
master
still
of
need to
paper
roll.
or
I
for
can't
the...
just automatically requisition it, is what I'm asking.
I'll let you take it. It does reduce the rarity. And it does bring it to average. And there's plenty of them going around the regiment, so yeah. Did you
Okay.
apply... You rolled it flat because it's a rare item. It's rare after you reduced it to rare, right? For the Haywire Grenades.
Yes.
Okay, good.
It
I'm
was
just-
very rare originally.
Okay, good. Good. Okay, so you have an Auspex. I appear
Yes.
to have made a mess. Excuse me again, I'm really sorry. God damn it.
Be right back.
I guess I'll go for crack grenades.
I usually wouldn't give a fuck, but this is a pretty nice table. I happily bought with my own hard-earned cash, and well, Coca-Cola stains something fierce if you let it dry.
This is true. So
That's it. That's your 2 rolls.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, this is for this character. It's your 2 rolls.
Oh, you mean about the Auspex?
Well, actually, no, you're right. We just let you get those automatically. Never mind. Fair point.
So about those crack grenades, they're rare by default. They come down to what?
Scarce. So you're rolling +10.
Scarce.
I see
Okay.
you like things that can melt through doors. It's a good thing because mechanical ships might have several very well made bulkheads. You may take 6 crack grenades.
Did you say frag?
No, 6 crack grenades.
Okay, crack.
Okay. Jacklor, have you decided what you're taking?
I'm picking up an Auspex and a multi-key.
Okay, roll for those. And your character was on a successful mission, right?
No, failed.
Okay. Then it's plus 10, I believe, for the aspects, and I don't remember what the multi was in rarity.
Rare.
Okay, so flat for that.
No, scarce actually.
Okay, then it's another plus 10.
There, I get the aspects.
Mm-hmm.
I get the multi-key.
Okay. You will hear the skittering in the walls quite easily. Don't tell Demi, but these Mechanicus turn their murder servitors into spiders.
Go fuck yourself.
Boo. Any requisitions you wish to make? Melt the
I already
bombs.
used both of my.
Oh,
The chameleon line cloak during the downtime and the crack grenade.
okay. Then, the final question is, who do you want for the other 16 people supporting you? By default, I would give you a squad of spearfishers so that you can at least have them secure the place where you pile all your resources so your air doesn't get stolen. And maybe some menial servitors that are nice and disposable.
I think that for the scouting mission, until like we clear shit up, no tech priests on board unless they're certified acolytes.
Well, yeah, but you can requisition servitors in case someone needs to walk down first down a trapped corridor. You have
But
enough.
yeah, I think it should be the acolytes and the spearfishers,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe one or two servitors. I don't know.
You have 6 slots left over because the squad is 10. You will one slot will go to an astropath. So you have 5 left. You can take 5 servitors if you wish.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure, I think that's okay.
And have you picked an entry location?
No.
Let's go with
I
the
think-
crew reclamation. It's broken after all.
Yeah. Well,
Broken.
actually, which of the components are functional and could have air?
How about this? How about this? I'm going to take a draw shape. Red is going to be those that are bad. Green is going to be
I
those that
have
are
made
good.
the Space Hulk Secutor sheet available to you.
Fucker.
And you can see my notes on which components are damaged.
You cunt.
I remember the life sustainer being like completely intact.
Crew of 5. Suspicious.
No comment. Crew of 5 is well below the threshold required to run the ship at even minimal rating and is well past the point where the crew has to make constant command as not to turn into warring tribes hunting for resources aboard the derelict
I wonder
ship.
what happened to the ship.
See, I'm okay with all of this being destroyed and things, but I'm gonna come back to this and make boxes around everything so we know.
Essentially,
I think we should check out. We should launch in the Grav Cauldron.
The Grav
Since it's
Goldbrand.
not depressurized. Yeah. It's fairly out of the way. We'll be able to pick up pretty good direction. We can check the void shields, possibly get them online, maybe, and stuff like that.
Culverin
okay,
is.
if you want
yeah.
an idea of where the damage went, it looks like a massive land strike went through about this part of the ship, roughly, at some point.
Mhm.
That gives
And
you
the
an
grab-
idea of where the most of the damage is.
The Grab Culverin is actually damaged and depressurized. I know. Let's just go into the murder servitors.
Okay, I have the sheets ready.
Roll
Initiative!
Both of the
Roll initiative, you've chosen!
What?
Murder servitor basis!
The elite grav culverin isn't. It's destroyed, not yeah.
There are two. One is damaged and depressurized. One is destroyed, I believe. There are two.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can also say that you don't want to be in the main parts of the ship, because there are some crew quarters, for example, scattered across the ship. Little servitor bays, charging stations, essentially, things like that. You can just point at a part of the ship and say, we want an out-of-the-way section around here.
We need to go to the good cold quarters.
Yeah.
We have to go to the cold quarters.
Set off
Are
alarms.
you sure you want to
Army
be
of...
somewhere that's actually possibly intact?
It's intact.
That's the thing. If it is, that's probably where the people are on the ship, if there are any.
Hold up.
Define
We're thinking-
people.
We're also taking too much time just thinking. Let's just fucking do something. Please.
Okay.
Killer
Do you
feels-
want... Does someone want to roll for Arminius Tactic Imperialis? I will give some advice.
Sure.
Not it.
I would said sure, but
Fuck you, Jackalor.
F. Goodbye, party.
Goodbye. Rolls a 97.
no bonus penalties.
No bonuses or penalties.
Hold up.
Well done.
Nice.
Well, you say no bonuses or
Well,
penalties.
other than
yet
his
I-
implants.
Which is a calculus logi, good quality cerebral implants, and actually, he doesn't actually have a scribe time. Motherfucker,
Of course he doesn't, they're
calculus-
retarded.
fuck you. The calculus logi, I think, gives plus 10 to scholastic lores.
So you're saying he has to reroll?
So it's plus
I'm-
30, I think, for all his stuff.
Calculus logi does give a plus 10, and cerebral implants would give him the natural intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And a plus 20 bonus to logic and lore tests. So actually, it's a plus 30.
Yeah. So reroll with plus
Yeah.
30, Jack Lore.
I'm sorry, Jackalor.
Okay.
Not
So that
awful.
is 5 and a natural intelligence. That's 6 degrees.
Okay. Neither of the ships out there had teleportariums, and if they did have a teleportarium, they would have put it on the fighting ship more likely than a fat tub, especially with murder servitors available. So they probably went in through a nice easy access point, like, say, the main docking bay. The pirate, that is. If you want any supplies and a potential way to get back out, and to be near any turrets they might have turned on, so you could turn them off to get reinforcements or, again, get out, somewhere near there might be good.
Let's just fucking do that then. If the Inquisitor
Yeah.
says
Sure.
one thing, we have no right to fucking argue.
Basic.
Ship looming ahead, you're gonna start moving away from it, so for fuck's sake.
Let's go.
Is it pressurized?
Should
The
be.
bay itself? Yes, it's gonna have air.
Yeah, the Mana Pictorum is functional, and the Maximum Form, if it's like this big and it's
Actually,
yeah,
no. It's like with the scans, you'll be able to tell that the bay itself has been depressurized, but the surrounding areas are pressurized, and it's mostly depressurized because someone opened the bay doors to, fly back to, I don't know, the transport ship. So,
less.
effectively, you can probably depressurize it with onboard air by just opening a few doors and forcing them open.
Easy.
Okay.
Hey, this reminds me of that one Dark Heresy game where you basically go into the Mana Pictorum.
Okay, so you go to the teleportarium pad. Let's go around table. State again which of your characters you're taking and how they feel about this mission. So, Boo, let's start with you. How does Loot feel about being sent on a suicide mission?
he feels like it's nothing new to him. He has seen a lot of very unfavorable battles towards him, to say the least. So he's just going with this with the intent to at least survive.
Okay. Demi.
Naya Rawl is going on this mission, and she personally thinks she's just doing her part of the duty. And if something goes wrong, well, I mean, being on a death roll and all, she has to rely on her own skills. And if that doesn't help, well, then it was game over anyway.
Okay, Jackalor. Is this a Mechanicus dude you're taking?
Yes, I'm taking Mordecai Julian. 011110100000101.
Okay, Mr. Toll the Great Bell once!
I had to do that. But yeah, war. Anyway, what he really thinks about this is that it has great potential to bring something new, something of the ancient days to the Imperium. And to
600 years ago. It's not ancient, it's recent history.
Well, still, but it's a Mechanicus ship.
Mm-hmm.
It's an
That means
extremely
it's
important
probably
find.
has stuff. Yeah, it basically has to have something, especially with the murder servitors. It shows that it's valuable as fuck.
Adolphus's character informed you that these ships, fitted for exploration, are fitted with some of the best shit the Mechanicus has, and they always have at least either very high quality components or some kind of archaeotech component to help them with their mission. In this case, a murder servitor bay. Okay, Dolphus.
Exactly.
How does Zircon feel about this?
He's very devoted to our apparently I cannot remember Arminius's name for a moment there. But he's very devoted to Arminius, so he'd most certainly be very excited to help him in this task.
Okay. So, with a flare of teleportarium energy, you are thrust across the void. And for a moment you hang suspended in the warp, which flows around you like thick honey, almost as if you're about to be trapped in amber. Sluggish and resistant in this system, before you reappear in your void suits as good little Boy Scouts and girls, except one fucking tech boy, in a corridor not far from the loading bay. This looks to have been some sort of a ready room. The half-melted remnants of a table can be seen here. And on the wall is a slightly defaced prayer that has been carefully scrubbed and with material that's clearly different but has been lovingly re-welded onto the letters. It says, "Toll the great bell once. Pull the lever forward to engage piston and pump. Toll the great bell twice. With push of button fire the engine and spark the turbine into life. Toll the great bell thrice. Sing praise to God of all machines." You are on board the Mechanicum ship. So, what do you wish to do? The Spearfisher squad is moving to cover the entry point.
Oh, right. Did we need to bring one of the blind,
Astropaths.
You have an astropath.
yes.
They're
Okay, I
standing
just
in the
wanted to make
back
sure
in a
that we
void
took
suit, trying to stay out of the way.
Okay.
I would like to make a tech use test to change my aspects to you to detect technology, like servitors.
Ah, machine spirits. Electromagnetics.
Yeah.
Okay. So, make a tech use test, and this will essentially determine... We're gonna treat it as you running a scan. You can leave it
Yeah.
on as continuous, and essentially it's gonna continue at that success level, but you're just calibrating it for that, and this is gonna...
Okay. No modifiers penalties.
Um... You're looking for something specific, namely servitors, and you are a mechanicus, right? You have mechanicum lore, etc.
Yes, I am Adeptus Mechanicus.
I'll give you a +10 for this, because you at least have an idea of what you're looking for.
That's 3 successes. No, 4. Because unnatural intelligence.
Okay? You scan. This is a standard or good quality one?
Standard.
Okay. You scan, and there's a lone signal slowly moving. Like, you think it might be... Like, there's a hallway leading from this room away deeper into the ship and towards the landing bay. It's like it's an intersection of towards the depths of the ship. Like a single signature slowly shuffling past. Other than that, just some of your companions light up. One of the spearfishers has a cybernetic limb.
Can I hand my aspects to Jack Lore's character and try to get him to do it as well?
He can just copy the settings over to yours, I'm gonna say, without a problem. He just repeats the process.
Okay.
Can I, close my eyes for a second and concentrate and use Psyniscience just in case?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead and roll. -10 for being in a warp stasis system. Other than that, no penalties.
Nope. If we were to use fate points, is there now ours or is it still the Inquisitors?
They are now yours. You are doing the mission.
I'm gonna spend one.
Okay?
Because I really want to be sure.
Alright.
Nice.
Nice.
That is
Ooh.
2 degrees.
Okay, you focus and...
Actually, hold up. No, that's not 2 degrees. That's 3 degrees, should be, right?
why?
1 for succeeding.
Mhm.
Oh, no, there's one difference. Yeah. 2
You
degrees.
don't have a natural perception, I think.
No.
Okay.
Obviously not.
One of you can also roll for the astropath if you wish for him, her, it to check.
Would you like to do the honors, Jack Lore?
No,
Sure.
not Jackalor, he already did the detecting. Boo,
I'll
do
do
you
it then.
want to do the honors?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, sure. What do I got?
Crew rating for the Hammer of Light, which is the astropath skill, at -10.
So crew rating and -10.
Yep.
Wow.
No. She just says that this place feels like a tomb. You, Naya, however, it does feel like a tomb. There's just the faintest hint of just this slow, sleepy undercurrent. It's weak, but there's something here. Half asleep, probably. But that's to be expected. Every Space Hulk piece that your teams have investigated has had some kind of bullshit apparently on it. So there's at least likely to be a few items with something sleeping in them.
I'm just going to shiver from the fucking thought, just because that's a quirk I have. I shiver and just say, respond to the astropath. Yeah, it is, but there's still something here.
Okay. So the
I would like to wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I still do
No, yeah.
I would like to, with the help of my chameleon line cloak, sneak around and maybe scout out the immediate.
Okay. Do the void suits apply any penalties for agility? Because you're still in full void suits, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Minus 10 penalties to agility tests.
Okay,
So that's just a +10.
yeah, because you have the cloak. Which way are you going? Towards the bay or towards the intersection?
I'm gonna say towards the bay.
Okay. You walk towards the bay
Oh boy.
like a stealthy boy.
I'll be
Aw, just
joining up
short
with
of,
him as I'm also in duty of the scout and sneaking.
Okay.
Though I'm not as, maybe might not be as proficient as him because I have a minus. Ooh. I
So
don't
you
wanna
are
break
going the
this.
same direction as him or the intersection?
So I presume he's taking one direction, I'm taking the other.
Okay.
But I'll be spending a fate point because I really do not want to break the silence so far.
Okay.
Hey, let's go.
Okay. You sneak to the intersection. Both of you give me perception awareness or perception scrutiny, whichever is higher.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I wish I had an Auspex. I don't have an Auspex.
Oh boy.
Jesus fucking Christ. No difference, right? In modifier?
No.
No.
Okay.
Fucking Boo's like on a roll today.
So, Boo, you come across the bulkhead, which it's interesting because it looks like it might have been tampered with recently. There's an area where it looks like metal has slightly softened. Almost as someone was cutting through when when a certain ship yeeted into system. Okay. So far so good, but on the wall, looking, and now you start to look more carefully, there's signs that something has happened here. Signs where holy oil has been rubbed over the place. And in one place you find a sigil that has been almost completely ground out, but you can just faintly see the remnants of it, where the tech priests have lovingly buffed out every trace of it that they could. And in one place you find towards the ceiling, perhaps where they missed it or when it got, where there were fewer surters or tech priests to repair the damage. I think that's a scorch mark of some kind, like an explosive bolt of some kind had hit there.
My character does have demonology lore, but
Demonology wouldn't help with this, but
yeah, I know.
there is a slight suggestion that drama might have happened here in centuries past.
Yeah. I'm going to relay that back to the fellow.
But good news is, there were tech priests left to seal the doors, weld them shut, and buff out the marks. So they presumably won. At least back then. Along this route.
Presumably. Or they welded the door shut for a reason.
Well, these
So
doors lead
chaos
towards
had
the
an
docking
incursion.
bay. Meanwhile,
So,
Demi, Naya is looking around. From the opposite direction this time. You just fear the faint. Clonk. 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 As a grey-faced, wrinkled old surter slowly clonks past. With a welder on one hand and a grabbing claw on the other.
I don't think I can relay using the microbead as fast, so or quietly. So
You
actually,
are
no,
in a
this is
fully
kind of
sealed void suit.
yeah, and in a vacuum. Fucking what am I thinking?
No, this area does have air of some kind. It's not depressurized, but you don't know the quality, which is why you haven't stripped yet.
Fair enough. I will be then relaying information and seeing, shall we engage or keep quiet still?
Do we see it on the auspexes?
Yeah, you see a lone, faint electromagnetic blip crossing the intersection the other way now.
So it's the one we saw from before. Okay, at least these are working.
You are
Maybe we can try and hijack.
You don't know if it's the same one. Could be a different one.
I could try hacking it.
Yeah, to see like what it has in its memory.
Sure, then, I mean...
That would be a security test or tech?
First you need to catch it and gain access to it. Right now it's past the intersection. It's starting to head down the corridor back towards where it presumably came from.
I'm not strong enough, but I do have the weapon skill to maybe fucking, like, hit it back in the head and see if that works.
That won't work.
That doesn't work on servitors.
Suddenly
don't
unfold
have
6
brains
more
to
arms with monoclaws on them. Congratulations, I'm the security force. Dodge, bitch!
I'll be right back. Because I gotta.
I would like to hand 2 of my crack grenades to the tech priest.
Okay, Jackalor, take 2 crack grenades if you wish.
I will.
So, are you going to go chase this thing down and try hacking
Sure.
it?
Let's chase it down. If worst comes to worst, I can melt the gun it.
Okay.
Okay. You clonk after the servitor, trying not to lose it. Relatively easy because you have the blip thing. Give me an athletics check to just how quickly you catch up.
Oof.
Asking
Wait,
tough
who gives you
questions.
the athletics check?
Okay, not too bad. You're wearing a full void suit. Are you wearing anything else?
Actually, he's not wearing a full
Okay, no,
voice.
you're wearing a full carapace suit. Are you wearing anything else?
Anything that would suggest mechanicum?
I would have imperial robes, but...
Okay, so you have red robes on you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you catch up to the servitor. He takes 2 more steps, stops, turns towards you, looks you up and down, up and down, up and down, looks at your face. His eyes turn red. He raises his last cutter. Psst.
I shoot him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an
Are you
attack.
forgetting about the crack grenades?
Do I get half aim?
I think this was more of a reaction, but if you wish to wait for half aim,
That would be a full aim. Well, on... Yeah, just do no aim. Is it point blank?
yeah, it's point blank.
Standard. Any modifiers other than that?
Well, single shot presumably, things like that, but it's normal size servitor.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to re-roll that.
I'm back.
That's more like it.
Wait, are we engaging?
Jekyll
I'm shooting a
decided that
servitor.
the servitor needed to be yeeted.
I had the fucking shot, you piece of shit. Kill stealing son of a bitch while I go AFK.
He went over to hack it, and then it turned around and noticed him. He didn't really have much of a choice. in
It took
that
a
moment.
good 10 seconds scanning his face first.
Fair enough.
Go
So
ahead.
just roll damage, or does it not? Or does it
Roll
dodge?
damage.
Pen of 20.
Jesus. You just see it desperately trying to trigger the last cutter, which you now see is faulty, as it falls forward a hole in his chest.
Can
I'm
you do
going to
anything
now
to
to-
recover its data?
Yeah, I was going to do that now.
Okay.
Wait, where did it hit? Oh, the body.
You may make a tech use, but you need multiple degrees of success for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You can use
Let
your
me just
utility
reduce-
mechadendrites and any other thing for interfacing with standard Imperium technology, but just know
Mhm.
that this is multiple success required kind of thing.
Okay.
Make sure to keep your special abilities in check.
Utility. Plus 10 bonus to tech use test. Okay.
Then you have a combi tool, don't you? No, you don't.
No, it's the combi tool, the utility mechadendrite.
So you get plus 20 for the combi tool part as well, because you're opening it up and hooking into
No,
its straps.
it's just the combi tool. This
Utility
plus 10
mechadendrite
tech
is
use.
basically used as a combi tool.
Yeah.
Well, it counts as a combi tool. Wouldn't you get the plus 20 from it then? Always thought you would. Because why get an expensive cybernetic then? If it's
No, you-
literally shittier than the combi tool.
It really
Utility-
should get that bonus.
The utility mechadendrite acts as simply the combi tool. It is the combi tool. It's just a mechadendrite, and it's not expensive. If you start as a mechanicus, you start with it. No, you can't start with either that or the
Currently
optional.
using combi tool gains it to plus 10 bonus tech use test.
Ah, so, okay, that's fair enough. So go ahead and roll it then. Okay.
Plus 1 because unnatural intelligence.
So 7 degrees. Okay. You hack into its brain, and you notice pretty quickly that this thing has been layered in security protocols. Apparently not enough to stop you, but this is above and beyond what would normally be on a servitor of this caliber. It's essentially... It's like an acolyte made an effort to personally secure this servitor, which speaks to either insanity or desperation.
I assume both.
You access the log. It has been told to go to the landing bay and check for any space shuttle parts or space shuttles. It has been going to the door, finding it welded shut, attempting the override code it was given, and going back to report to the last place it was told to return to for the last
Century.
about that, yeah. There's just an endless log of going back and forth and occasionally stopping at a charging station for a few hours.
I want to say that's sad, but it kind of is.
So meanwhile, Naya, you just saw this drama. Servitor slowly shuffles past a little faster. The tech priest clonk, 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 clonk. Stands, stares in the face of the servitor. Servitor raises an arm. Tech priest raises a melta gun, eviscerates it, and starts opening its skull.
Yeah, you don't see that every day on a death world.
Yeah,
You see
you
worse.
caught the flash out of the corner of your eye, Boo, and you could have seen this as well. Adolphus.
I'll add undefended, completely
Defenseless.
completely unarmed servitor to my kill list.
That's pretty pathetic.
Poor thing.
Okay. So, you may talk among yourselves. You may plot. You may make next moves.
Can I use my aspects to detect if there is air on the other side of the airlock?
Which one? The one that was
The
welded?
one at the hangar. Yeah, the welded shut one.
Ah, that one. So you watch the tech priest slowly clonk his way over to the hangar and raise his auspex.
I'm not that slow!
Clonk, 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 clonk. He picks up speed. Fat ass smashing against the fucking deck plates. And yeah, you're essentially... Let's see. This area has gravity, but it's weaker than normal. And you're not sure if the rest of the ship would have it either. Like, you're the only one who's really risking any problems for it because you're not in a full void suit, so you don't have maglock boots.
Yeah.
But, okay. He goes up. Go ahead and try and scan beyond the door. Make me a tech use test.
Computer apply?
Not really, this is for calibrating the aspects.
Okay. Nah.
Okay. No, that's reinforced bulkhead. They might have layered something in there somehow or something. That or it's just... Who knows?
I'll try and get everyone's attention. You guys are in void suits, right? Not opening anything?
Yep.
Good, because I'm opening this.
I'd like to come over and can I try and use my knowledge from trade Voidfarer to try and infer why they would weld this shut?
You have Voidfarer. Roll that at like roll that at plus 60. This is about as easy as a check as it comes.
Plus 60, you said.
In before crit.
Before 100.
Oh wow.
The tech priest just told you he was gonna open this up. If there's vacuum on the other side, everyone here might be going flying. For a very short trip out into space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably would have instinctually, just because, like, space, I just grab a pipe with one
You don't
hand
necessarily know that space is bad. You're all uneducated savages by and large. You've been on a ship for a while, so you have some idea of the common dangers, but making the connection, shut bulkhead, maybe opening it up without checking is a bad idea. I don't think you have common sense to quite that extent.
Can we just kind of reflexively turn on our
set my-
mag boots
Your mag boots are on.
and
Can I
fuck?
set my hand on his shoulder and be like, let's try the other way first?
He tried the other way.
Let's go
It made
see
him look
where-
bad.
Let's go see where it was going to for trying to check in and see what's there. Because obviously there was someone there at some point.
Okay.
Couple 100 years ago.
Well, still.
Um,
It's better than a welded off part of the ship.
the sergeant microbeads you. What are my orders? Hold position and set up camp.
For now, yes.
Okay. Are you gonna take servitors with you?
I feel like we'll need some fodder.
I'll take one servitor unless anyone wants any more.
Yeah, let's just take one server.
Okay. So, this is your entry way. Well, a little lower down maybe, but gives you a rough idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fuck that. So, like, for... No, that's not right. Okay, so like here is your base. What you are doing is heading to the left. A little ways.
I see.
Not quite that far. Like, you might move into the next grid. Like, you will essentially move into the next grid, but you won't go further than that.
That's okay.
So it's like... You have to go around a couple of times because some bulkheads are just sealed off and just locked down to high heavens. But after you travel, maybe in a straight line, it might be something like 80 to 100 meters walking and finding a route. You walk maybe 3 times that. So it's not that
Fair
far.
enough.
You...
So I suppose me and Loot would be taking charge with the stealth and scouting ahead first.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
make stealth checks.
Oh boy, can't wait to disappoint again. Still, hold up, no, the stealth
Minus 10 for the
previously-
void suit.
Yes.
I would like to re-roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to re-roll that.
Okay.
That's a crit fail.
Okay.
My God.
Roll. Okay.
You're both dead. Good job.
So, gentlemen, both of you roll perception awareness. At minus 20. Auspices will help if you have them.
I don't have an aspects. I cry every day when I don't.
Maybe you should have taken my aspects. to be
Okay, so
honest.
they're scouting ahead. When... Yeah, it's weird. There's a lot of debris on the ground. It's almost like your foot caught on something there. So, how much damage did a frag grenade do? 2d10?
Yeah.
I think it was 2d10, yeah. Man, we don't even see it. We can't even dodge.
Yes, that's... so it's 9 damage.
And,
There's a
Of
few
explosive damage.
Does it have any pen?
I don't believe it does. But,
I believe
I'm looking at the book right now. It has 0 pen.
okay.
I take no
Cracks?
damage then. I have 9 soak.
Okay.
Frag grenades have
I take
no
4.
pen. They just have blast 3.
Oh, it's not a crack, it's a frag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a frag.
Yeah. Wait, Boo, did you not get the Inquisitorial carapace on?
No,
Yeah,
you
we're in
can't.
void suits.
You're in void suits, Demi.
Oh,
We only
shit,
have 2
yeah.
armor.
Fuck, my bad. Yes, I do take damage then.
Yeah, I
Okay.
take 4 damage because I have 3 toughness and
I
then 2
have-
that.
Yeah, I take 4 damage.
Okay. So, there's a thump from up ahead, and you just see shrapnel scattering across the wall.
I'd like to charge ahead and try and administer first aid.
You can't without taking off the void suits, which are now having several holes on various parts of their bodies, which are slowly hissing air.
Okay, time to get the touch.
Mm-hmm. You are gonna need to take... You have repair kits, and you have extra repair kits back at the base because someone was smart enough to anticipate this happening. And you can duct tape those shut.
I feel like we should do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you take a couple minutes doing that.
I just love how both the fucking scouts not only crit failed, they failed the awareness too.
So,
Keep in
how
mind-
are you two feeling?
Ow.
Ow.
But how much ow?
A little bit ow.
No,
On a
I
scale
just
of 1
imagine
to
this
10,
being
how
like
much
from a
out do
movie.
you have?
4.
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
4 out of 10.
Do you wish to turn back you are closer to the location you are going to than your base at this point. You're more than halfway there.
I think we should go push a little bit further, just to
Okay.
really clear it out,
Yeah.
and we know how, like, if there's any dangers nearby our, the camp we basically put.
Yeah.
Okay. So, you arrive at the location, and this is a site which makes a lot of sense to a certain Meltagun enthusiast, because there's one of those sealed bulkheads which had a massive hole melted through it. From some kind of a melta weapon, the one significantly bigger than yours.
That's not good.
Peeking through, you see what looks like a defensive position and scattered bodies of various servitors, including several of utility bros. Looks like something went through here. He who
Not
controls a
recently.
murder servitor is a duke among the fallen.
But it doesn't feel recent, right? There's like a bunch of rust and stuff, right?
Well, there's a little bit of rust, but the stuff they use for implants is generally rust resistant. And
if there's low oxygen in the air, it won't rust very
yeah,
fast.
the atmosphere is also humidity, things like that are kept to keep Mechanicus or mechanisms safe more than people on Mechanicus ships. So it looks all the organic parts certainly seem to be gone. So presumably, yeah, it's been a while.
Got it.
Do you wish to search the rooms, and how cautious do you wish to be if you do so?
Yes,
Well-
and very, I'm assuming.
Same, because we just stepped on a fucking frag grenade.
Yeah. Also, how the fuck does a frag grenade trigger when you step on it? But never mind.
Tripwire.
So we actually put a
Oh, it's a
Oh,
trap.
Yeah.
I legitimately thought we accidentally stepped on the pin and just like with the mag boots like stuck it and like accidentally pulled the pin.
No, like I said, you're like caught on something.
Fair enough.
Yeah. His description was pretty good for it.
Okay, so
Chackalor.
what do we roll?
Nurgle would be proud. Wipe your fucking face.
Bl-
Bless.
wait. How dark is it in here? Pretty dark, right?
Yeah, it's pretty dark. There's like deeper in there's a faint red glow. Very faint. That consistent with the ship's emergency lighting, but even that is dimmer than you would expect anywhere on the Hammer of Light.
While we're investigating this room, then I'll like to activate, if I can, my stab light and get some light in here.
Actually, same. I have a stab light as well.
Okay. So, let me...
In that case, if we're just lighting everything up, I might as well light mine up as well.
Those of you who have Common
Have a
Lore
glow.
Tech or Common Lore Mechanicus may roll to recognize anything that might have been going on here. Forbidden Lore Archaeotech will also help with a different thing.
Should I roll both Archaeotech and
Yes.
the thing?
If you have both, you can roll both.
I'll roll Tech and then Archaeotech.
You don't need Tech use, you need Common Lore Tech. I believe those
Yes,
are...
Tech.
Yeah, okay.
So no bonuses, penalties?
Archaeotech is gonna be flat. The Common Lore Tech or Common Lore Mechanicus, it's gonna be at a plus 20 if you have Mechanicus backgrounds. They're gonna...
Okay.
Nice, that's a lot of successes.
Okay, that's 3 on the second one, 5 on... No. Is it 5 or 4? On the
Are you
It's
going
four,
to also roll
because
your
one extra
Mechanicus?
for Intelligence, that's it.
Yeah.
So, does anyone else have anything they wish to roll? I assume not. So, to
except
you...
Can I roll Voidfarer?
No,
Is
not for
there
this.
something?
No,
Okay.
not for this. So, Jacklor, the picture here is painfully obvious to you. There was obviously strife among the Mechanicus here. It looks like one of them had hauled up with several utility servitors and a pair of Praetorian servitors, and based on the hole on the wall and the damage on the cybernetics, someone sent a murder servitor at them.
Yep.
And the result is kind of obvious.
So we
They
kind of get.
dead, boy.
So we do have a somewhat of a very basic picture of what happened here. Do you think that's like, since we're kind of continuously scouting and time is passing by, do you think we should keep the Inquisitor with the relays with the astropath in in blue?
You can't really, you can send a confirmation once you get back, but you can't really discover that much. It's just,
Yeah, it's not. There's not enough to report back on. Really.
keep in mind that the astropath would be invoking powers technically every time they do this, and there's a chance they might fuck up.
Yeah, that's the point. You don't use it unless you have to.
Bit safer in this system, but it's also a lot harder to push messages through.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Honestly,
you've
Can I
looked
try-
around in the front room, you haven't searched the whole set of rooms that were sealed off yet.
yeah. Can I attempt to recover anything from the servitors?
That would be part of the search check, to check for anything that can still be of use.
Okay.
I think.
And I have specs.
Can you go through their brains? If they have anything reminiscent of a brain at this point?
It's a scrutiny check, right?
You can roll scrutinies or awareness, and each of you can roll to see if you find anything that might be of use.
If anyone has
with
scrutiny, they
awareness,
can roll
are
just
there
any.
penalties for using awareness, or is it, or what?
I'm gonna call it equal, because either way you're taking your time and seeing if you notice anything, and picking through, making sure there aren't traps, etc.
Yeah, but
So just flat
the
rolls.
aspects only helps the awareness roll.
Yes, then. Yeah.
So just flat scrutiny, right?
Yeah, scrutiny
All
or awareness,
things-
whichever is higher.
Considering what we've been told that that a murder servitor did this, I'd be actually not searching. I'd probably be on.
You're
guard
assuming
looking
he
down.
told you before he searched for loot.
Fair enough.
How
I didn't
much-
tell you.
Okay, but
How much-
even then, if everybody's searching, there needs to be one person on guard. So I'm
The
being
awareness also covers you making sure you watch your back, so I'm not gonna be that much of a dick. It's fine.
How much of a bonus does the aspects give?
It's plus 20 if you're using awareness.
Okay. Wow.
Would you like to reroll?
Don't waste all your fate points. It's not a.
Yeah, I haven't spent a single fate point so far. I'm not
Oh, you
spending
only
it
have
on
one?
this.
Then yeah, damn it. Just reroll. honestly.
Fuck it, why not? Sure. Awareness.
Okay. So that is how many degrees for you, Adolphus? 4?
I'm not sure how degrees work, but yes,
It's
I
four, it's
assume as
four.
such.
And 5 for you, Jackalor, and 2 for Boo. So, this looks like a little base that a tech priest had set up. Looks like someone else has rifled through it, taking anything useful. But, Adolphus and Jackalor, I want both of you to roll 1d30. You fucked it up.
27. And a 16.
Okay. searching throughout all the loot and looking for hidden compartments, you do manage to find some things that were missed. In a hidden compartment in a vent that was made to look sealed, you find a refractor field of excellent quality and an exploration mechadendrite that he must have taken from another rival tech priest before he himself was killed.
So, Jackalor had the 16. Which one is that?
That is the refractor field.
Okay.
And you found, like, essentially it was teamwork. Searching through the place, you find a stash that was missed in the hurry to loot the place.
Okay.
Does it have any energy left?
It actually turns on and seems to work. You don't know how much charge it has left, but you can probably hook it up to a generator to recharge it. The fun part is that this is a best quality item, like you would expect from Mechanicus.
Oh my god.
This was his secret safe, essentially.
Yeah, that
Is
makes
it possible for him to
Holy
attach this mechadendrite right now?
No,
No.
that would require surgery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Best quality refractor fields are only overloading a 1.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a flat 29%
So it's basically
chance.
a personal shield.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
like from Dune.
I think it was something like 30 or something that it blocks.
Yeah, refractor fields are 30% chance to just dodge anything.
He has a personal force field.
Yep, it's basically the thing from Dune.
And this is why people dig around in Space Hulks. Because if you take your time and look in the right place, you can sometimes find something. Don't worry,
So,
last night I generated a whole list of loot.
Can I give Jackalor the mechadendrite and hold on to that for now? Because
I
kinda
can't
need the
carry
shielding.
the mechadendrite, it's too heavy.
You have a servitor. You can essentially load him with the 2 items you found, and you can take them back. It's fine. The
Honestly, I
mechadendrite,
think I should
though,
just... I think... Yeah?
the mechadendrite, looking carefully, you can see a little bit of dust and gunk when you pull it up. And just a few what you think might be very old blood spots on it, almost as if it was shoved in here in a hurry before he could fully clean it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll be sure to clean it, but that will be later. But yeah, I think unless someone has a point against it, I think as the designated tank, I should have the refractor field.
No, I mean, I feel that's fair.
I feel like, well, yeah, it when it's active, it does generate light, so it would make you guys more obvious.
Mm-hmm.
That's the downside.
That's actually a good point. Yeah, you should use it for now. Until we can get the fuck out of here.
Some of the items you wanted, I did put on the list. Some, like cataphract armor, I decided to tell you to go fuck yourselves on.
I have no clue what that is. And
It's
I'm glad
an
I
It's
early-
basically Terminator armor.
He wanted Terminator
Ugh.
armor for himself. It's not gonna happen anytime soon. Not this quickly, anyway.
I understand.
So,
Refractor field. I have unlimited power.
Servitor tosses Haywire grenade.
No, my only
See?
weakness.
See, aren't you glad we came down this way instead of opening a hole in the hull?
In an alternate timeline, there's another you that's out in space like, I could have had a refractor field.
So what are we doing with the mechadendrite?
It's essentially loot that you can install later on one of your Mechanicus characters. But right now it's not much use because you need surgery to put it in.
No,
I mean,
I
it's
do get it,
clearly
but are
going
we
on
gonna
this
send
one.
the servitor back with just it, or are we gonna carry it with us? I feel like still having the servitor with us
Well,
is
actually,
more worth it than just send it.
you could just keep exploring semi-blind if you wish. You can certainly
No,
do
let's
that.
send it back with it. And
Like, no, it's honestly, it's like the way you brought the servitor was to trip the grenades before you guys, which you decide not to take advantage of, but that's fine. I don't mind. You do have wounds that need first aid, so it's kind of a decision. Like, personally, it seems to me like this might be a good point to go back, check if the tents are set up, do first aid, etc. But that's up to you.
Yeah, that does
fair
make sense.
enough. Let's go do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Last one there is a rotten egg.
Do you want to
Again,
race
rotten
back?
No.
No.
Do I
egg.
want
No.
what?
Do you want to race back?
No. We're not playing that game.
Pussies.
So we're all rotten eggs. Gotcha.
You're a
But
kid.
we are alive.
Hey, rotten eggs. They can save your life, you know.
Okay.
How the fuck can rotten eggs save your life?
So, you arrive back, and they have set up like a rubber airlock in the corridor leading towards the intersection. So there's now like a homemade airlock where you can, essentially
Enter an actual atmosphere instead of whatever the hell
without
this
everything
is.
getting fucked. They use some kind of sealant to essentially seal to the sides of the corridor. It's not a seal that will last for years, but for the moment it's secure.
They used Flex Seal.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's a lot of damage.
Okay, I'd like to treat these two.
Okay.
After setting up the camp, have we finally discovered if the air is in here is okie dokie?
They had an auspex in the group and they fiddled with it some. They were shown how to test for air by, their own people. Essentially, the air in there is toxic. You can breathe it, but it's gonna be toughness tests, and it's essentially gonna cause you things like fatigue and just slowly fuck you up the longer you breathe it. So,
Due to low oxygen, I assume.
It's only 3
I
points.
low
Air.
oxygen and contaminants. Like someone's
So-
dumped coolant in the atmosphere at some point, possibly as biological warfare. There were traces of organic matter in the air, but they think the viruses that were used are probably inactive. What you might expect when mechanics go nuts.
Not perfect,
Okay.
but
That's
not terrible
just,
either.
that's just, mortal things. I don't really need to care about such
Any
things.
modifiers on doing first aid on these two?
Yeah.
No, they're
Yeah,
both
superior.
actually. Are you lightly damaged? I think you are. It's
Yeah,
They're both
I'm
lightly
4 out of
damaged.
10.
your toughness is until you hit more than twice your toughness bonus. I think you're lightly damaged, so it's a plus
Yeah.
0, I think, plus the 10 from the medkit if you have one.
I feel like
don't
we'd
forget
have
about-
medkits just in the camp.
They have medkits on the spearfishers, even if you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
I do think Superior Chirurgeon does an additional thing besides the plus 20 to Medicaid.
Either way, it's not gonna matter, because you can, on first aid, only heal half of the damage. So it's essentially gonna leave you at still 2 damage, which you're gonna have to recover normally as you spend time here.
So I guess I'll use one of their first aid kits for this.
Hmm.
That's the first one.
Like, just make sure you don't roll crit fail, it'll be fine.
I mean, I probably literally.
Why would you say that? They both crit
Thanks.
failed.
Hey.
Okay,
That's a
which
crit
one did you
success.
heal first?
Probably Demi's character.
Okay, then Boo, you can remove 3 damage instead of 2.
Anything.
And I think this is a good spot to wrap up, as you've properly begun the first mission. And I can, in the meantime, give you some more info about the system you're in. So,
Oh boy.
let's go through this. And you're going to love this. The sun is unstable for some reason.
Be right back. Just keep going.
Yeah,
Unstable, huh?
not on the verge of going no or any bullshit like that, but there are massive solar flares in the central parts of the system. Of course, you don't yourselves know this yet, but the ship will learn as days pass. On the outer edges, there is a lot of dust clouds and one small ice planet. But the only thing that's useful there is a decent amount of industrial metals. So it could be mined if you could set up a colony somewhere here, but there's plenty of systems that have lifeless, useless rocks that can be mined.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also an asteroid belt, which the Hammer of Light will have to pass through on its way in the system as it chases these fuckers, unless it wants to go out of the ecliptic and risk, or pretty much guarantee losing them. So that's fun. In the middle of the system.
Oh boy.
And the habitable zone is narrower here than normal. There's another asteroid belt, and still dust cloud, though less dust cloud. Center of the system has solar flares, and big ass solar flares, the kind that can hurt starships. Solar flares.
I figured as much.
But what is really good there is that there is a gas giant there which has a moon orbiting it. And this is where it gets really fun. You, of course, will know till the Hammer of Light comes back, because dust clouds are going to play merry hell with communication, especially being in a space hull. But it has a pure atmosphere of normal pressure and liquid water, though no life, and Eldari ruins.
That's a bad sign.
It's a hot planet, and the pirates have been using that to do any mining and replenishing of water or growing of hydroponic food there. There's a small settlement there of theirs, set up in a safe zone near one of the poles. And
So this place probably saw Slaanesh at one point. That's not good.
hard to say. I mean, given the fact that it's a calm spot in the warp, that's a mystery
sorry,
for
you
another
said-
day. But
You cut out after hard to say.
this place is a calm spot in the warp, so it's hard to say. But yeah, essentially they use the gas giant and the planet to shield their ships from any flares and have a secret base where Imperial ships are very unlikely to come due to the warp stasis that makes travel here kind of difficult. So it was just shitty bad luck that you came yeeting in when you did, as they were repairing some of their ships in system.
So 3 of them are crippled already.
Wow.
And we've
One of them is
crippled one
badly
additionally and
damaged.
destroyed the other.
You're giving the wrong term to crippled. Hurt, not crippled. They're not into criticals. They're not even necessarily heavily damaged. They're badly enough damaged that they need repairs.
Okay.
But yeah, you destroyed one and hurt another one. The Hammer of Light is chasing the freighter, or trying to. But, out of character, there's 3 more ships in system that at some point are gonna ambush the Hammer of Light, or try to, if the freighter can't shake the hammer. And try and
Fair enough.
make one last attempt to make the Inquisitor fuck off before scattering properly.
Okay.
And
Guess we're wiping out some heretical pirate.
but yeah, this system hard to travel to, out of the way, lots of cover in here. If you were a rogue trader, especially with all the Xenotech resource and Archaeotech resource in this Space Hulk, a rogue trader could set up a colony and funnel money out of it for decades.
And you wonder why they were fucking with it.
Like that moon, it fits the Imperial classification of habitable. It has a pure atmosphere that's of proper pressure and liquid water freely available.
I assume it's got a constant, deadly cold winter for like 2 months, so
It's a
not ideal.
small gas giant, and the orbit is. I mean, yes, most of the planet is uninhabitable, but if you're gonna have an asteroid mining operation of some kind,
It's ideal for that, yeah.
yeah, like a small mining, it could be a mining world, essentially, or the system could be a mining world. Like, if I was playing Rogue Trader, I would be happy finding something like this, let me tell you. So, well, why don't we wrap up here, and everyone, let's go around the table and you can give me your thoughts about the first session of the first actual mission. So, Boo, what do you think? Most favorite, least favorite moments, etc.?
Well, not gonna lie, most favorite moments were the crit successes that I got, because to be honest, that was like lucky as shit. And even though it was based purely on RNG, and it's still pretty nice. But just overall, I think the intro was pretty interesting, done fairly well. I do think we could have made up our mind a bit quicker on where we wanted to land and shit like that. But I think overall, pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Demi, you there? Care to comment? I guess he's not there. Jackalor.
Favorite moment was probably when they talked me down from blasting the totally not next to vacuum door.
Okay. Dolphus.
The moment when he was being scanned by the servitor. Let's be honest, that was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
Wait, that's a tech priest. That's not my tech priest! Okay, Demi, how about your favorite, least favorite moment?
My favorite moment, definitely the sensor play. Fuck that. Fuck sensors. I love it. We just kept blowing each other's sensors up. But in all honesty, I think in terms of like the entire combat that happened, the fighter, like what Adolphus did was bad.
Yeah, like, fuck you, you forgot we were a carrier, you piece of shit. Though, yeah, when you get back, you might want to refit to carry a few more bombers, because if that squadron goes, you're kind of gonna be boned.
Mm-hmm.
At least for space combat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I gave them a rundown of what's in the system. The fun part is that there's a gas giant in system where there's a lot of solar flares, and orbiting it is a small moon with a pure atmosphere of proper pressure, liquid water, and Eldari ruins, and no life. Other than pirates.
They don't
Well.
count.
Well, this moon sounds like a nice place.
It's certainly a place where a rogue trader could set up a colony if they were to know
they
about
were.
it and other rogue traders did not.
If they were a rogue trader.
If
I
they
wouldn't
were,
want to try setting up a colony on it without proper magnetic shielding, but oh well.
there are areas that are safe. Not many, but safe. And Imperial technology, like the prefab stuff, like there's areas where the prefab stuff would be enough to shield you.
Okay.
Like, that's why it's good. It's not so hot as to be completely fucked. It can hold on to an atmosphere. It has liquid water. It also has Xeno runes, which one of the secondary teams is going to be investigating, while the other secondary team digs through the freighter or any other pirate ships that survive and the settlement doing interrogations, investigations, etc, etc, etc. So those are the two secondary missions for which you will need to pick characters, and we'll make rolls for them come next downtime to see how well they did.
Okay. Good to hear.
And yeah, with the size of the system, dropping down into the gravity well from where you're at, the hammer flight is going to take 5 weeks. And then climbing back up, similar time, so you're here for 2.5 months.
Quite a while.
Nice.
Or, thereabouts. The,
I hope we brought enough food.
You did. The gas giant is probably not right at the very bottom of the star's gravity well, obviously, because it has a habitable planet. So let's say 3.5 weeks to get to it. And 3.5 back, so roughly 2 months. I'm going to say that you have enough food for, let's say, 3. Air, basic supplies, etc. If it goes on longer than that, start scavenging. You're part of the Hunger Games now.
Oh boy.
Good thing we brought like a squad of snacks and some mechanical snacks.
I believe that's heresy. The human form is holy, you fucking degenerate.
Who said they had to be in human form?
I wish I had a bolter. Okay, XP will calculate at the end, but essentially that's going to be determined by how well you fulfill the mission objectives in part. There's also going to be a flat gain for 200 base for the, or like 100 base for the mission and another 100 for each session we do this, and then bonuses for the main group for, accomplishments.
Yeah.
The base amount for like the 100 plus 100 for each session is going to apply to everyone, including Arminius and the secondary character. Because they're all going to be doing things in the background as well.
I'm sad that nobody made more secondary characters, but this is fine. We got
Yeah,
good
but
shit
you
out of
got
it.
you got some good stuff with. If not for the Void Shields, those frigates might have decided to go, okay, we might be able to fuck him up with our combined firepower. And it might have been a bit different. Especially if the freighter joined in. 3 ships all blasting away instead of dividing like they did in a panic would have been... it could have hurt a bit.
I mean, did we even take a volley from the second one that we crippled in like one shot?
Not really, no. Because they have to move first, and he turned away to open the distance as quickly as possible.
Yep.
We will play out, I think, this space combat whenever... Honestly, whenever it feels like we need a break from this. But there are definitely more ships in system.
Gotcha.
And there's also a navigation test for passing through a nebulae without losing your way in the confusion, so
I'm glad I left my capable man on board.
Mm-hmm.
Because
And,
Jonathan can deal with that.
honestly, I would also hope that the team that went to the Eldari runes doesn't crit fail, because there's a small chance that there's a webway gate there.
Please no. I don't want to
That's
go to the
nice.
Black Library.
Okay. Actually, Jacklor, I will tell you this because you did ask. In the best quality Imperial tech stuff, one of the roles is a power sword.
Look at that smile.
You did ask. It's also
I think
some...
he's broken.
Yeah, I also had, like, there's 3 sections. Xenotech, standard Imperial tech of excellent quality, and Archaeotech. And the Archaeotech is essentially stuff I drew from the Mechanicus homebrew book. The ones that weren't insanely crazy, that looked good.
Okay.
Like the Exploration Mechadendrite, having a full Auspex and being able to load it with biological samples that you can put at the enemy. Kind of interesting. Could be fun.
Yeah. I like the exploration mechanism. Not something I'd requisition, but it could be useful, definitely.
Okay. Well then, I think we can wrap up here. Thank you everyone for joining us. Say goodbye, guys.
See ya.
Have a wonderful night. Goodbye.
Jackler's just dead inside.
Or she is.
You were so close to the power sword roll. So close, and yet so far.